Hello, Bill. I'm Oksana.
Well, Oksana, what kind of car can I get you information on?
Do you have some suggestions for now?
We could start with what kind of car are you currently driving?
Okay, segue. She asked you what kind of car are you currently driving? Okay, you heard that. So, tell you what.
It's my first car, so I'm not driving any cars right now.
I'll tell you what. Follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better. Do you have a suggestion? Follow me so I can gather more information so I can assist you better.
Oh, so skip if they have no options, just be like, I'm taking you where you need to go, where the information is. All right. Good morning. My name is Will Golden. Welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet. May I please have your name?
Hello, Will. I'm Oksana.
Well, Oksana, what kind of car can I get you information on?
Do you have any suggestions about economic class cars?
Yes, follow me so I can get you more information to better assist you.
Okay, you're not getting her information yet. You're getting information from her. Okay, you cannot give her proper information until you can kind of narrow it down as to what it is that she's looking for. Okay, so I can gather more information. What you said is follow me so I can get you information on that. You don't know what you're getting your information on yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. See the words. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
And if you say the words correctly, it allows the process to move forward. That's what I mean. I know it sounds nitpicky, but it means a whole lot.
Even just that simple word change.
Absolutely. Simple word changes makes all the difference in the world. The process to move forward. One more time.
Good morning. My name is Will Golden. Welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet. May I have your name, please?
Hello, Will. I'm Oksana.
Well, Oksana, what kind of car can I get you information on today?
I'm not sure. I'm looking for something economic, compact.
All right. Well, follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better.
And that's exactly what you do. Don't let it, if you follow the process, it's not going to allow you to score. Okay? But if you start there, when you start at living, then all of a sudden you get some other information that will allow the process to move forward. Okay? Now, I didn't correct you guys, but you still only get your first name, you did not ask for a second or last name.
And he didn't pronounce right the first name also.
Right. Now, that could be a problem. A customer will allow you to screw their name up one time. They will accept it the second time. The third time they have some suspect, and then the fourth time they think you're crazy. And that's something wrong with this person. They're not getting it. Okay. And that's an automatic turn. And you don't want to people cherish their name. Even if you hated your name as a child, once you become an adult, you accept it because that identifies you from absolutely everybody else that's out there. You embrace your name. And that's the job you have to get. You do not screw someone's name.
Yes, it's hilarious.
Okay? That's the reason why I say write it down. And if you know it's still difficult, spell it phonetically. That way when you pronounce it, you'll be able to pronounce it correctly.
Would you mind if I write it down? No, go ahead.
Okay? Yes. Switch. You're the customer now. You're the salesperson now. He's the customer.
What kind of car can I get?
Good morning. My name is Oksana Molivanaya. Welcome to the Bill Stasic Chevrolet. May I have your name, please?
I'm Will.
Nice to meet you, Will. What is your last name, please?
Golden, like the color.
Golden, right?
Yes, ma'am. And you're Oksana, right?
Oksana, right. What are you looking for now? What kind of car?
The operative word here is not what are you looking for. Information. The operative word is information. It's the most important word in this statement. What kind of car or what kind of vehicle can I get you information on?
What kind of vehicle can I get you information on? What kind of vehicle can I get you information on?
I'm interested in trucks.
Wow.
Are you currently driving a truck?
Are you currently driving a truck?
No. I'm looking to upgrade something bigger and better. I just got a small daily.
Great, Will. Please follow me and I can gather more information about your...
More information to assist you better.
Great. Great, Will. Please follow me and that can I get more information to assist you better?
What you did, you actually did very good. Okay, one thing I don't want you to do is use the word please.
Oh, please.
Because please is a request. You don't want to make a request at this moment, you want to make a command. Or give a command. So follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better. Rather than please follow me. You say please, you're making a request, you don't want to make a request, you want to take control and give a command. Follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better.
How would you like to be? Val is fine. What?
Follow me that I can get more information to assist you better.
Chevrolet Traverse, is that?
Follow me that I can follow me like an order.
Absolutely, that's exactly what you're going to be giving them.
Gather more information so that.
Follow me that I can get more information to assist you better.
Absolutely. So I can gather more information to assist you better. You
Okay.
gotta work on it, okay?
That will.
Okay, we can talk to you.
Yeah, yes.
Good morning, my name is Valerie Nikipro. Welcome to Chevrolet. Thank you, Chevrolet.
Bill Stacy Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Would you like to repeat?
No, you
Last
can
one I
talk
feel miserable.
times through.
It's gonna take a lot of repetition.
So, would you like it to start? Okay.
Good morning, my name is Valerie Nikipro. Welcome to Bill Stacy's Chevrolet. Can I have your name, please?
We'll listen to
Do you
them.
mind if I write it right down?
Yeah, sure.
So, can you spell it for me, sir?
Sure. Edward, E-W-R-D,
You did
Thank you.
it.
How would you like to pay first?
Edward is fine.
Okay, Edward, what kind of car can I get you information on?
I like that red, Corvette 06 colorway in the showroom.
Is that the car you're currently driving?
I wish it were.
Okay, then follow me so I can gather more information so I can assist you better.
Sure.
Edward, I'm having a problem with that. What kind of car I can get you information on? Yes, because of like your children and like.
Correctly, automatically shipping out.
Okay.
Where did you work before this?
Different places.
Computer science places?
Actually, I'm doing like self-employed person, and I'm assisting to create websites and to promote them to search engines. And,
So SEO optimization stuff?
right.
Cool. No, do you do that as your own freelancing or is it?
Yes, that's my freelancing, and I'm trying to. I worked for some. One time I worked for agency, and I worked for the company,
Cool.
but mostly on my own. So.
No, I'm not saying that. It's just.
Yeah, a lot of us are.
Sure.
Good morning, my name is Arun Pascal. Welcome to Basic Chevrolet. May I have your name, please?
Good morning. Yes, it's Valeria Nikipro.
Would you mind if I write it down?
Yeah, no problem. So it's VALRAN.
Do you have your website, you said?
Yeah, it's not published yet. I still gotta,
Wow.
there's stuff I need to mess around with. And we only built it on Squarespace, so it's not like anything special.
Follow me.
May I have a look?
Oh, I mean, I don't have it live. I'd have to bring my
I
laptop.
was trying to write
Because it's
this all
not
down.
live yet.
Word for word.
I'd love to bring my laptop and show you something.
Yes, maybe.
That'd be really cool. But I really haven't gotten any insight about it from any computer science people besides like the people who've been working on it with me from the beginning.
Can you do the salesman once again so I can see?
Yeah.
It's you, Mike?
Yes. And then what the website is selling is I have this new camera
Whatever.
that is a
As for e-commerce website?
yeah, it's gonna be doing transactions.
Oh.
It's a photography services business. The name of the business is Golden 360 Marketing. This is the camera I just got. This is I don't know. This is my Snapchat, but this is where I have pictures of it. But this is the camera. See, it's like it has 4 different lenses on it, and it's a new approved with Google Street View.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've been waiting on it for like probably like 7, 8 months. The way I got into the program to like be on the list, because this camera with those 4 different lenses that shoots a 360 degree photo, and then with those 360 degree photos in that little camera, I can control it from my phone, and that's building 3D space with Google Street View. So I'm a Google Street View trusted photographer. And that's what the website's going to be selling. So I'm really excited about that. I might have a picture of it in my
You
card.
said Golden 360 what?
Marketing LLC.
Everything that we do, everything, from the time you extend your hands to the handshake, everything that you do is for inquiry.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Are you on social media somewhere?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook but it's Bill, not Will. I've kind of been back and forth with that.
Are you on LinkedIn also? No.
Yes, I am on LinkedIn. I don't really use LinkedIn too often. This is like the front of my business cards. Something simple. Bill. Whoops.
Could I write that down?
Yep, right there.
Wow, okay, great.
Do you know who that is in my profile picture?
Chicago, no?
Then the guy next to me?
What? Great.
The guy from Google?
No. Have you heard this song, White Iverson?
No.
On the radio? It has like over 100 million plays on YouTube.
White Iverson?
Yeah. And he sings that.
How's right now White Iverson?
Iverson. Iverson. And that's who that is. And he's like, I think he has over.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Okay.
Getting a little more personal.
Okay. Just a little bit more personal? Okay. You say personal or personal? salesperson customer. Before we do that, let's talk about what we've just done thus far. Let's talk about things that we don't do. Let's talk about things that we do. When you come up, well then what you're going to do, you're going to make sure that you when you contact the customer for the very first time, you have to be engaging. Make sure that you smile, not a pretentious smile, a genuine smile. When you smile at someone, no matter what their circumstances were, no matter how bad their day was, it's automatically going to elevate their spirits. It's automatically going to elevate their mood at that particular point. Always smile. Please write this down. The definition of sales. The definition of sales is the transfer of enthusiasm. Definition of sales is the transfer of enthusiasm. Is that it? Definition of sales is the transfer of enthusiasm. All right, so keep that in mind. So what we're going to do right now, like I said, we're going to go through role playing. However, let's talk about the things that we do and talk about the things that we don't do. Let's talk about the things that we do when it comes to meeting and greeting the customer for the very first time. And by the way, let me collect these from you guys while I'm thinking about it. Thank you.
I don't have any of this one.
Let's talk about things that we don't do. Things that we don't do. We never say, can I help you? We never ever say, can I help you? Things we don't do. We never ever refer to anything of a sexual nature.
They broke the two rules.
Absolutely. We never ever say, we never ever refer to anything of a sexual nature. I don't care how close you are, how familiar you are, or how comfortable you are with the person you're speaking with. Do not say anything that can be taken out of context or be misconstrued or could be offensive to anyone. Even if you're comfortable with that particular individual, you have absolutely no idea who's listening to your conversation, which would be a reason, or which would give a person a reason not to do business with your dealership or with your store. Things that we don't do. We never, under any circumstances, prejudge. We never ever prejudge. Never prejudge. Things that we don't do. We never smoke with or in front of a customer. If you're a smoker, that's perfectly fine. I don't care what you do personally. However, if you're a smoker, wash your hands frequently. Wash your hands frequently. When you smoke, the tar and the nicotine residue gets on your hands. You shake someone else's hands. You're transferring it to their hands. So wash your hands frequently. Excuse me. You never smoke with or in front of a customer. If you do smoke, wash your hands frequently. Things we don't do. We never discuss religion. We never discuss religion. Never discuss religion. I'm subject to believe out of the 6 people that are sitting in this room right now, there may be about 4 different religious beliefs in this room alone. This is not the place to try and convert someone to the way you believe or your worship. All right? Keep it personal and away from your workplace. Never, under any circumstances, discuss religion. Things we don't do. We do not talk about politics.
All right.
I knew that was going to be the next one.
Do not talk about politics. Guys, we're such a highly volatile era as far as America is concerned right now. This is not something you want to talk about. Okay? This is not something you want to engage with. Things we don't talk about, don't do. Do not tell off-color jokes. Do not tell off-color jokes. What do I mean by telling off-color jokes? If you're telling a joke that could possibly be offensive to anyone, do not tell it. Again, I don't care how comfortable you feel with the person that you're speaking with. If someone else hears here's what you're talking about, and it's offensive to them, then all of a sudden your whole establishment is going to be judged by by the things that you say. Do not tell off-color jokes. Again, if it's going to be offensive to anyone, do not tell it. Things we don't talk about. Things we don't do. Never use profanity. Never use profanity. Yes, sir.
Can you explain profanity?
Cursive.
Oh, cursive.
Yes. Vulgar language.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Never use profanity. Things we don't do. You do not chew gum while talking to a customer. We do not chew gum while talking to a customer. Do not, do not wear dark glasses while talking to a customer. If you just happen to be in an area, outside and the sun is glaring, and you're trying to protect your eyes against the UV rays, guys, turn away from the sun, take your dark glasses off, and hold a conversation with the customer. If you're holding a conversation with someone and they cannot see your eyes here in the United States, they think it's something that you have something to hide. People like to talk to people while they are out there looking in their eyes. Okay? So remove the dark glasses if you're wearing dark glasses. All right? So now if you have transitional lenses, that's a totally different story. However, glasses just for cosmetic use or just because, or you're just trying to hide your eyes away from the sun, take them off while you're engaging in a conversation with your customer. Things we don't do. Your body language is very, very, very important. Things you don't do. Gentlemen, do not walk up to a customer and put your hands in your pocket. Don't walk up to a customer and put your hands in your pocket. It's a sign of insecurity as well as a sign of nervousness. So therefore, do not walk up to a customer with your hands in your pocket. Do not fold your arms across your chest. When you do that, again, it gives you're conveying a message to the customer that it is something that you're not being completely honest and open with that particular customer, and they will also have a tendency of putting up barriers. These are the things that we do not do. Let's talk about the things that we do when it comes to meeting a customer for the first time. We take control non-confrontationally. We take control non-confrontationally. Take control non-confrontationally. We do expect the customer to buy. We do expect the customer to buy. I want you to develop the mindset that when a customer walks into your dealership, they are there for one reason alone, and that is to own the products that you sell. Do not, for any reason, think that a customer is coming into this dealership, looking at a car, and they do not have a desire to own your particular product. We do expect the customer to buy. Greet with a friendly, reassuring handshake. Greet with a friendly, reassuring handshake. When you're greeting the customer, always extend your hand, a nice, strong, firm handshake. This left wrist, 3-finger handshake, never. And I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but that's one of the most offensive things that you can ever do. Excuse me. Oh man, I hope that don't say it.
Wow. And the shaking.
The shaking.
We greet with a friendly, reassuring handshake. Welcome the customer to your dealership. Good morning, my name is Glenn McHenry. Welcome to Bill Stacy Chevrolet. May I have your name, please? Things we do. Give the customer both your first as well as your last name. When you give the customer both your first and last name, they will respond in kind by giving you both their first and last name. Ask for the customer's first as well as their last name. If they'll give you their first name, make sure you ask for their last name. Ask for permission to write it down. Always ask for permission to write it down. Things we do. Ask what vehicle or what kind of car can I get your information on? What kind of car or what kind of vehicle can I get your information on? Then you tell the customer to follow you so you can gather more information to assist them better. Follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better. Okay, you guys got that? Follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better. All right, those are the things that we do, and those are the things that we don't do. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to do a little role playing. When you meet with the customer, you're going to come up in front of your peers, and when you and we're going to go through it, salesperson, customer salesperson. When you meet a customer for the very first time, when you approach the customer, always extend your hand out at a 45-degree, with your palm up at a 45-degree angle. That's a welcoming gesture. It allows the customer to take control or possession of you. When you meet a customer for the very first time, you need to give the customer the impression that you're surrendering control to them. Always. The reason being is because this customer is about to make a multi-$1,000 decision in a very short period of time. If they're not comfortable with you, or if they don't think they're in control about their spending of money, they will back away from you. That's when barriers will go up. However, if they feel like they're in control of the situation, well, then they're more likely to be more open to you and be more to share the information necessary for the process to move forward. Will, if you don't mind, please stand up and come over here. If Will was the customer, you stand right over this way. Now, Will's the customer. He's here on the lot, okay? Or he's on the showroom floor. I can approach Will in a non-professional manner, or I can approach you in a professional manner. If I was to approach Will like this, he's the customer standing out here in the lot, and this is my approach to Will. Hey, how you doing? Welcome here to Bill Stacy. How can I help you?
No, it makes you uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Why?
Because you are too close.
Okay, I'm in his bubble. Okay, all right. All of a sudden, he was kind of startled. All of a sudden, this guy's all over me. He's ready to punch me. Okay, get out of my personal space. Okay, so was that a professional way to approach him?
No.
When I approached Will and I shook his hand, who took control of who? Who took control of who at that time?
You.
Okay.
You.
Absolutely. Because I reached down and I grabbed his hand. All right. I reached down and I grabbed his hand. However, when I reached down and grabbed his hand, that automatically made him go on the defensive at that particular point. One thing that he said that was very important: I'm in his bubble. I'm in his circle. So therefore, that in itself makes him feel uncomfortable with me. So that was not the appropriate or professional way to approach it. Let's try a different way, okay? Will is still there. He's a customer that's here on the lot. I see him, and all of a sudden, good morning. My name is Glenn McHenry. Welcome to Bill Stacy Chevrolet. And may I get your name, please?
Will.
Will, may I get your last name?
Golden.
Golden, okay. Do you prefer to be called Mr. Golden or Will?
Will's fine.
Okay, Will. Well, what kind of car can I get your information on?
I was looking at different trucks. I like the Duramax too.
Okay, the Duramax dually. Nice truck. Are you currently driving a Duramax?
No, sir. That's why I'm looking for a big upgrade.
Okay, sounds great. You will follow me so I can get more information to assist you better. Turn and walk away. Guess what's gonna happen?
You're gonna follow.
Absolutely. 99.96% of the time he's gonna follow me. Why he's gonna follow me? What did I ask him for? What did I ask him originally? What was the question that I asked him originally? What kind of car can I get you? What? And then what? How did I follow that up? By when I had him follow me, what did I tell him? Follow me so I can do what?
Assist you better.
And how am I gonna assist him?
Get more
Gather
information.
more information.
He heard information twice, guys. He heard information twice. The first thing that he heard was that me asking, what kind of car can I get you information on? So therefore, why did he come into the dealership? Why did he come into the dealership? To get information. And then now all of a sudden, I am gonna give him exactly what he came in looking for. However, I said, follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better. His brain is still thinking that he's about to get this information. But what in essence did I tell him? Think about it.
Follow you,
Okay, why?
so you could get more information.
Absolutely, to do what?
Assist you better.
Absolutely right, guys. The first time he heard, I know I'm gonna give him information. He's equating information to still, even though I told him follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better, he's still equating in his brain that he's gotta get the information that he's looking for. And he is gonna get the information that he's looking for. However, before I can give him proper information, I need to get information. You guys got it? The second time that I approached you, how did you feel?
A lot more.
Okay, why?
Because you didn't invade my space.
Okay. Second time, who took possession of whom?
Nobody.
Well, he took possession of you.
Absolutely right. And I needed for him to take possession of me because he needed to be in control. When I extended my hand out, he also told me, when I approached him, that you're close enough. You're close enough at that particular point. You don't need to be any closer. When he made initial contact with me, it says, I'm in a comfortable distance from you.
So stop right there.
Absolutely. Guys, everything that we do is for a specific reason. It's not just, we're just doing things just because. We're doing it for a reason, to meet our end game. Okay? Now, our end game again is what?
Sell a car.
The cars.
Our end game is?
Assist the customer.
And for what reason are we assisting the customer? For what reason?
To get percent.
Make
So
money.
the-
Make money.
so the business can
Make
stay-
money to-
So Gulf Station can stay in business and we can make money.
If you say you want to make money, that's a good thing.
Okay, you guys got it? We're on the same page?
Yes.
Okay. That's it.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, everything we do is for a specific reason. Okay. Let me have two volunteers, salesperson, customer, salesperson. I don't care who you are, but everybody's gonna do it, so you may as well volunteer.
He will.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a problem.
Oh, who's the salesperson? I haven't got this memorized. I'm just gonna knock it out of head.
Now,
It's gonna take a while.
I will stop you. If you make a mistake, I will stop you. If you need to carry your, read it from your notes, read it from your notes. I would much rather for you to get the words right, even if you're reading it, than not to get the words right.
Who's gonna be a customer?
You can be, I'll be customer.
You'll be a customer? Good morning, my name is Mike Bauman. Welcome to Gulf Station Chevrolet. Your name is?
Well,
Will, would you mind if I wrote that down?
yeah, no problem.
And your last name?
Golden, what do you call it?
Will, Will Golden. How would you like to be addressed?
Mr. Golden,
Should I
sorry.
say? Mr. Golden? Great. Mr. Golden, what type of vehicle are you looking for today so I can get some good information?
Oh, I was doing some.
Okay, Mike, you're ad libbing. You do not ad lib, okay, because the first thing you said, what kind of car you're looking to get today. That in itself will automatically, will trigger that automatic response. So the first, you finally got to, so I can get you more information.
What kind of car can I get you information?
Absolutely.
I was looking at the new Colorado Duramaxes online. Apparently, you might be getting over 30 miles per gallon or something like that.
Yeah, Duramax is great for gas mileage.
Yeah, it
Is that the kind of car you're currently driving?
No, I just got a small daily Honda, but I definitely need a truck.
Great. Follow me so I can get more information so I can better assist you.
Okay, you did a good job, Mike. One thing I don't want you to do, don't start turning away from him until you completed your statement,
Okay.
okay?
All right. Yeah, gotcha.
Continue to talk to him, got you complete your statement, then try to walk away.
Mr. Golden, will you follow me so I can get more information and better assist you?
Okay. Another thing, you said, will you follow me?
Oh,
Will you follow
say
me as a
follow.
request?
Right.
I don't want you to make a request, I want you to be able to come in. Follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better.
Mr. Golden, follow me so I can gather more information to assist you better.
It's not.
Yeah, I know it's gonna take practice, but you're getting it. Because the good thing is, you recognize,
A slow learner, it's like a freight train,
okay?
slow to get going.
But the point is, you recognize, as long as you recognize that, you know, you correct it,
So,
you're doing well, okay?
okay.
All right, absolutely. Switch, don't leave it hanging.
Step,
Okay, switch.
switch.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Will Golden. Welcome to Bill's.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, Will, and that's another thing I want you to do. You're an intense person.
Yeah.
Just automatically, you're an intense person.
Yeah.
Relax, okay?
But see, then when I start to relax, then the ad libs just kind of like
You have to concentrate on what you're
memorize
doing.
it a ton of times. to
Okay.
memorize it.
You have to concentrate on what you're doing, okay? Relax. You'll be more engaging to your customer. Keep the same intensity going forward, but you relax your body, relax your mind, okay?
Good afternoon. My name is Will Golden. Welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet.
Afternoon,
What's your name?
Mike Bauman.
Let me tell you something that's gonna help you, okay? When you're talking to him, think about smiling,
All right.
okay?
That will. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you. Will Golden. Welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet. Can I get your name, please?
Sure, Mike Bauman.
Mike Bauman. Well, Mike. Right. Do you mind if I write that down?
No, not at all. It's MikeBaumann.
All right. Well, Mike, what kind of car can I get you information on?
Well, I've been thinking about buying a pickup truck. I've been looking at that Silverado.
Oh, great. Is that the kind of car you're currently driving?
No, I've never had a pickup before.
Well, follow me so I can go get you more information to better assist you.
Okay, now, you're not getting him information yet, you're getting information from him. And when you get more information from him to determine.
That's what he says, so I can gather and not get.
Absolutely.
All right.
So I can gather more information to assist you better, okay? I want you to try it one more time, okay?
Right.
Okay, hold on, before you start, relax, okay?
Deep
I
breath.
want you to make a concentrated effort as when you're speaking to him, smile.
But you know
It's okay
everything.
for you to hold in part of your meeting if you need to.
All right, I think I
Don't hold your breath.
Good morning. My name is Will Golden. Welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet.
Good morning, Will.
Can I get your name, please?
Sure, it's Mike Bauman.
Great, Mike. You mind if I write that down?
Not at all. MikeBaumann.
And how would you like to be addressed?
Mike is fine.
Well, Mike, what kind of car can I get you information on today?
I'm looking for a Chevy Silverado.
Is that the type of car you're currently driving?
No, I drive a sedan.
Follow me so I can gather more information to better assist you.
Great.
It's much better that time, okay? That's what I say.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just, it's not that serious.
Mhm.
Just kind of relax, enjoy yourself.
Mhm.
And if you relax and enjoy yourself, that's the message that you're going to convey.
Mhm.
There's a truism. When you smile, even if a person can't see you, he can hear you smiling.
Yeah.
Okay? So just think, when you're so intense, well, then all of a sudden, people gonna put up guards, they're gonna put up barriers. Yeah. And you don't want that to happen. Okay, because once they put up those barriers, it's gonna be 4 or 5 times harder to bring them barriers down. If you automatically knock them down from the beginning, well, then they're gonna be more open to you, and that's exactly what you want to happen. You want them to be open to you. Did a good job. There you go. All right, Mike, you did a good job.
Yeah, thank
Give me 2.
you too.
I'm sorry.
I'll go again, be your customer.
Go first?
Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Good afternoon. Oh, yeah. Good afternoon. My name is Edward Gasset. Welcome to Bills Basic Chevrolet. What is your name, please?
It's Valerian Nikiforov.
Would you mind if I write it down?
Yeah, no problem. VALIRNNECHIFO.
Or would you prefer the address?
You can call me Val.
Well, what kind of car can I get information on?
I was looking for Chevrolet Traverse.
Is that the car you're currently driving?
Yeah.
Good. Follow me, so I can gather more information to teach you better.
Sure thing.
Good job. Okay.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Valerian Nikiforov. Welcome to the Spacek Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Edward Gasset.
I didn't have to. Let's start over.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Valerian Nikiforov. Welcome to Spacek Chevrolet.
Good.
Is that the correct Spacek?
Bill's Basic,
Bill Spacek?
yes.
Why did it say it just Spacek?
Hmm?
I'm sorry. Can I just write Bill? I don't know. Sorry, guys. Bill Spacek. Good morning. My name is Valerian Nikiforov. Welcome to Bill Spacek Chevrolet. May I have your name, please?
Edward Gasset.
Do you mind if I write that down?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and how would you like to be addressed, sir?
Edward is fine.
And what kind of car can I get information on?
The red or red VL6 Callaway.
Awesome, and is that the kind of car you're currently driving?
Unfortunately, that's a lease work.
Okay then, follow me so I can gather more information and assist you better.
Good job, all right? You guys will relax a little bit more, okay? They come across more natural, I like that in both of you guys, okay? But make it more personable, okay? Not only more personal, smile and just let it flow.
Okay.
That guys did a good job.
Thank you.
All right. Ready?
Good morning. My name is Oksana Molivanya. Welcome to the Bill Spacek Chevrolet. What is your name, please?
Will,
What is your last name?
Golden,
Nice to meet you, Will Golden. What kind of car can I get information on?
I'm interested in different trucks.
Is that kind of car you're driving right now?
No, I don't drive.
Wow. Follow me so that I can get more information.
Why are you getting him information?
on the car.
No, I didn't say what, I said, why are you getting him information? Why are you getting him information?
What's with the car?
Okay. So I can gather more information so that I can assist you better. We'll try again.
Good morning. My name is Oksana Molivanya. Welcome to Bill Spacek Chevrolet. What is your name, please?
Will,
Nice to meet you. What is your last name, please?
Golden,
Nice to meet you, Will Golden. What kind of car can I get you information on?
I was looking at different trucks.
Is that kind of car you're driving right now?
Okay, let me stop you for a second, okay? He said he's looking at different trucks. Are you currently driving a truck?
I currently drive right.
Okay.
So I just automatic and. Are you driving any truck right now?
No, I just drive a little 4-cylinder daily, but need business.
Alright. Follow me so that I can get more information, so I can assist with that.
Very good. Very good, very good. Good. Okay, all right, we'll try one more time.
Yes, sir. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet. I'm Will Golden. What's your name?
Morning, Will. My name is Oksana.
Oksana. Do you mind if I write down your name?
Sure.
Great. So how do you spell your last name?
Oh, it's a very long one.
That's not a problem. I'll just write it down. I want to make sure. Say it right.
Alright. It's Maleemai.
All right, Oksana.
Right.
Well, Oksana, what kind of car can I get you information on today?
Actually, I'm looking some comfort economic style car.
All right, is that the type of car you're driving currently?
I don't drive any car right now, so it will be my first car. So it's
Exciting.
Yeah.
So follow me so I can gather more information to better assist you.
Thank you.
Actually, you can get a much better job this time, okay? This is really have every part.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say.
But you did a good job. I want you to constantly think, what my attitude is. Okay, what is the definition of sales?
The transfer of enthusiasm.
Okay. And if you're enthusiastic, you have an upbeat personality, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So that's what you want to convey to the customer. All right. Like I said, you're an intense person. That's going to work for you. It will work for you. But you also have to be engaging to a customer. Okay, how are you going to do that? You're going to have to be warm. You're going to have to be inviting and embracing. Are you going to be okay? All right. I found you did a good job. Okay. All right. Okay. What do you guys did at this time? How do you guys feel?
Nervous,
Nervous? Okay, a little bit nervous?
stressed out,
A little stressed out?
excited.
Just shake it off, okay? Shake it off. You're gonna do it. Practice?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta do it again. Okay? You're gonna do it one more time. This time, when you do it, you're not gonna look at your script. I don't want you to look at your script. If you make a mistake, that's perfectly fine. Okay? So it's okay for you to make a mistake. However, we are gonna put a little twist to it. And this twist is gonna be as such. When you do it this time, I want you to think about two things. I want you to think about over the top, and I want you to think about cheerleader mentality. Whatever your perception of cheerleader mentality is, that's what I want you to display. Whatever your perception of over the top is, that's what I want you to display. Okay? Over the top cheerleader mentality. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to interrupt you. So if you make a mistake, I don't care. All right? But one thing that I want you to do, cheerleader mentality over the top. Okay? Again, whatever your perception is. All right? Give me two.
And no notes you say?
You don't have to, and if you make a mistake, it's fine. Just go forward. Okay?
You can.
Oh, okay, I don't remember the words, but I'm remembering it. I'll memorize them.
You'll get the words right now, just from what I just said.
Good morning, my name is Mike Bauman, welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet.
Hey, Mike.
And your name is?
Will.
Will? Can I write that down?
Not a problem.
And how do I spell? Your last name is?
Golden, what do you call it?
Golden. What type of vehicle can I get you information on today?
A truck?
A truck. Any specific truck?
I was definitely looking at Duramax. I heard they got a new engine in the Colorados to try and compete with the Toyota Tacoma.
Great. Are you currently driving a truck?
I am not.
Follow me and I'll gather more information so I can better assist you.
Okay.
Then I turn.
Okay,
Get that part a little better anyway.
Okay. all right, switch.
Alright, you said cheerleaders and over the top.
Yep.
Good morning.
Morning.
Will Golden, welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet.
Morning, Will. How are you doing?
Great. May I get your name, please?
Sure, Mike Bauman.
Nice to meet you, Mike. Can I get your information on a car?
Yes, you can. I'm looking for a Silverado.
Oh, great. Those new Chevys are really pretty. Are you currently driving the truck?
No, never have.
Oh, this will be a great first truck, undoubtedly. You know what type of engines they have?
No, I have
They
no knowledge of pickups at all. I'm just starting to learn.
brand new 6.2 and they are monsters. Follow me so I can gather more information to better assist you.
Great.
All right, gentlemen, have a seat.
Oh.
You too, okay?
Okay, I go first. So.
You go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said cheerleader. I'll surround it. Good morning. My name is Valerian Nikiforov. Welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet.
Hi, good morning.
May I have your name, please?
Edward?
Edward. Do you mind if I write that down?
Yeah, sure.
Can you spell your last name, please?
Legaspi.
Okay. And how would you like to be addressed, sir?
Edward is fine.
Okay. Awesome, Edward. So, is there a kind of car I can give you information on?
I like that red, super fast, or red, the Callaway one, the original over there.
Oh, great choice. And is that the kind of car you're driving right now?
The older model, I think. Yeah, I have another Z06.
Okay, and then follow me, and I'll gather some more information to assist you better.
Yeah, sure. Good morning. My name is Edward Garcia. Welcome to Stasic Chevrolet.
Hi.
May I have your name, please?
Sure, it's Valerian.
Would you mind if I write it down?
No problem. Go ahead.
Valerian. Let's spell it V-A-L-E-N. What's your last name, please?
Nechoi, would be.
How would you prefer to be called?
You can call me Val.
All right, well, what kind of car can I get information on?
I was thinking about the Chevrolet Traverse.
Oh, nice car, or SUV, by the way. Is that the car you're currently driving now?
Yes.
Good. Follow me. I can gather more information to teach you better.
Sure thing.
Good job. Okay.
Good morning, my name is Oksana Movada. Welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet. What is your name, please?
Will.
Nice to meet you, Will. What is your last name?
Golden.
Don't you mind if I write it down?
Not a problem.
What kind of car can I get you information on?
I was looking at some different trucks.
Are you driving any trucks right now, Will?
I don't currently drive a truck.
Well, follow me so that I can get some information to assist you better. I can read off of this one.
Actually, you did a very good job.
Oh,
Yeah.
You did a very good job. Okay, we'll try again.
Sure.
right.
Yeah.
That's switch.
Well, when you're entering the room, that's what it is.
Right.
Entering the sales area. Sorry. Good morning, Will Golden. Welcome to Bill Stasic Chevrolet. Can I get your name, please? Oksana. You mind if I write down your name?
Sure.
Great. Spell out the last name for me.
Oh, it's a very long one.
That's not a problem.
Oh, it's M-I-L-E-D-A-N-A-A.
I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. Oksana, am I saying that right?
Right.
Great. Well, Oksana, what car and vehicle can I get you information on today?
I'm looking at something compact, something small one. I'm not sure actually. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, Follow me so I can gather more information to better assist you.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Well, you guys came up this time and did it. How'd you do it the second time?
Better.
Better? All right. All of you felt better?
Except the one I did, it was like over the top to be,
No, it's good.
Okay.
like trying to be overconfident.
Let me ask you this. How many of you felt like you had that cheerleader mentality? Kind of. Okay. How many of you felt like you actually went over the top? Okay. Couple of you? All right. One of the best sales trainers that I've ever had the opportunity to know and to meet, his name was Jackie Cooper. And unfortunately, Jackie Cooper is no longer living, but Jackie Cooper, I met him many, many years ago. And he said, I was in one of his seminars and he made a statement. And when he first made that statement, I really didn't grasp what he meant when he made the statement. But he said something very similar to this. When you meet a customer for the very first time, before you greet that customer, make sure you do a checkup from the neck up. When you meet a customer for the very first time, before you greet that customer, make sure you do a checkup from the neck up. Okay?
What does it mean?
When you meet a customer for the very first time, before you greet that customer, make sure you do a checkup from the neck up. Now, my question to you is, what does it mean? What does that mean? Now, what does that mean to you?
I don't know.
Okay, which is perfectly fine. Okay, so it's perfectly fine. All right, Mike, what does that mean to you?
Make sure your head's in the game and you're ready to go.
You're 100% right. 100% right. That's exactly what he meant. Make sure your head is in the game. Make sure you have, you're mentally ready to, to approach that customer. Make sure your attitude is right. What is the definition of sales? That's right, the transfer of enthusiasm. Absolutely right. Your level of enthusiasm is going to determine whether or not this is going to be a steep hill or a steep climb uphill or a smooth ride downhill. You always want it to be a smooth ride downhill. How that customer perceives you is going to be the determining factor whether or not he or she wants to do business with you. If they feel that you do not have their best interest at heart, they will not do business with you. If they feel like you have something that you are, or you're not giving them proper information, they will not want to do business with you. Understand this, I cannot stress this enough. When a customer comes into your dealership, he or she has already made the decision they want your product. The only thing that they're asking of you, reassure me that I've made a good decision, or reassure me that I've made the right decision. That's the only thing they're looking for, validation. That's it. They did not come in this dealership because he was not interested in your product. If you can make it make sense to them, they will own your product. Step number one, meet and greet. Step number two, find common ground. Okay, Will, give me an example of common ground. Give me an example of common ground.
With that second question, what kind of car are you currently driving?
No. Okay, we're moving to step number two. Okay, step number two.
Oh, you're just talking about between common ground
Yeah,
between
yeah,
sales
yeah.
and customer.
Give me an example of common ground.
From the same area.
Okay, geographical location. We live in the same geographical location. I'm trying to give me an example of common ground.
For example, what kind of car I'm looking for? I'm looking for the Honda. Oh, I'm driving Honda for 20 years, so I'm more than excited to show the best from this car.
Mutual interest in the same kind of car. Common ground, absolutely right. Edward, give me an example of common ground.
Like when you're talking to the customer, like you have like similar or the same like favorite, so like Chicago Cubs.
Absolutely right. Sports teams could be common ground. Mike, give me an example of common ground.
I am thinking, make sure the customer knows you guys have a symbiotic relationship. You're here to help them accomplish their goal.
Okay, give an example.
Well, what kind of vehicle are you here to, what kind of vehicle can I get you get information on a Corvette? Just like great, I have a Corvette, let's go.
Okay, all right, Val, give me an example of common ground.
Everyone was told already, so I don't know, it's things maybe you like or things that the customer may say to you and you just say, oh, I do the same thing. Or, I mean, I don't have an example right now, but I do understand what that means.
Okay.
Or did you drive far to get here today?
Okay.
Oh, I came from Munline. Munline, I live there too.
Okay, again,
Location.
same thing Will said,
Yeah.
your geographical location.
Yeah.
All right, mutual interest in the same kind of vehicle. Sports team, okay? You like the Cubs, I like the Cubs. So you like the White Sox, I like the White Sox, no matter what it might be. You know, I like the Blackhawks, you like the Blackhawks. That could be a common ground.
You come in with a little baby, you go,
Children can be, and you know,
Yeah.
children can be common ground. Are you married? That could be common ground. I'm married also. So basically, anything can be considered as common ground as long as there's a mutual bond that you guys can relate to each other with. That's common ground. Step number one, meet and greet. Step number two is find common ground. Step number why do what, you know, what is the necessity of finding common ground with an individual? It is to further break down barriers, find a mutual, find something that's mutually, that's mutual to both of us, something that will bridge the gap between step number one and step number three. Something that will allow you to bridge the gap between step number one and step number three. Step number one being meet and greet. Step number three being customer consultation as well.
What would you say some of your most successful common ground finders are? Like hobbies?
Hobbies, again, geographical location, family would be also a very good common bond. Sport, hobbies would be a very good common bond.
What about job?
Jobs, that would be a very good common ground.
Because I had a situation when I was training previously.
Mhm.
I asked this guy if he had a job. He said no, but he at the same time was driving a $50,000 or $57,000 stage 2 Roush,
Okay.
and he wanted to be getting either the GT 350 or. So I was like really thrown off when this guy was coming in with these super expensive cars and said he didn't have a job.
He could be a trust fund there.
I've got 4 cars, Corvette being one of them that's paid off,
Yeah,
and I don't have a job. I'm looking, I gotta find work. So
very
just because
true.
you don't have a job doesn't mean you can't have a bunch of nice stuff.
Yeah,
And I'm saying that, you know, using a common draw, to find out whether or not they have a job, is not necessarily creating common bond with that individual,
Yeah.
unless you guys are on the same page. I don't have a job either.
yeah.
Okay, now all of a sudden, it's common ground.
Yeah.
Young lady that I know, her name is Betty Cook. I met Betty Cook many years ago. As a matter of fact, Betty Cook started working for the second dealership I ever worked for in my life. And the name of that particular dealership, it was called Eagle Dodge. And when Betty started working for the dealership, she came to work for the dealership with very unusual circumstances that she had to deal with. When she first started working for the dealership, she came in because we posted an ad looking for salespeople, and the ad said no experience necessary, we will train. When Betty Cook came in, she talked to Tom Tupty, who was the general sales manager of the store, and she told him of her circumstances. Her circumstances were somewhat unusual. Betty got married at the age of 14. When she got married at the age of 14, she began to immediately have children. 6 children later, her husband decided he was no longer interested in being married, so he left her to take care of 6 kids by herself. She'd never worked outside of the house before, so therefore she was kind of in a bad situation. However, she needed to work, and the fact that she needed to work, she needed to find a job very quickly. So when we posted the ad looking for salespeople, she read the ad and she came in, thought, look, I need to work, so I'll give it a try. She came in and she told Tom of her circumstances. Look, Tom, I really need to work. I got married at the age of 14. My husband walked out on me and the children, and I need to take care of these kids. So Tom, being the empathetic person that he was, he made the decision that he was going to give her the opportunity to work for the dealership. The day that he hired her, she was in the corner reading brochures to familiarize herself with the product. So therefore, when she met a customer, she could address the issues of the customer a little, somewhat intelligently. While she was trying to familiarize herself with the product by reading brochures, Don Dawes, who was the general manager of the store, he walks out of his office. He sees Betty standing in the corner, and he asks one of the other salespeople, "Look, I've watched that lady over there in the corner, and she's been there, just standing there, and I've not seen anyone approach her or talk to her." The salesperson at that time, he said, "Well, oh, that's Betty. She's a new hire. Tom hired her earlier this morning." When he said that to her, Don went absolutely, berserk. He said, "It's not in my store. I do not want a woman working in my store." So he went over and told Tom, he said, "Look, I don't know what was on your mind, but I do not want a woman working in my store in sales. So therefore, you hired her this morning, you need to get rid of her." So Tom had the unenviable task to go over and tell Betty, after he had hired her that morning, that she really did not have a job. Before he did that, he tried to appeal to Don's, side of empathy, empathetic side, shall I say. And he told her, "Well, look, this young lady, she came in. She has a very good personality. I think she has great potential. We should give her an opportunity. Besides, she has a great need. She got married at the age of 14. Her husband walked on her. She has 6 children, and she has to take care of these children. We should give her a chance." Don said, "I don't care what her circumstances are. I do not want a woman in sales working in my store." So again, now Tom has to go over and tell Betty, "Betty, you can no longer work here." However, Tom, being the empathetic person that he was, he walks over to Betty and says, "Look, I have a general manager, and he doesn't want you working here. He doesn't want women working on, working in sales." Now understand this, today, guys, Betty would own the dealership, but back then it was a different story. However, you cannot discriminate against anyone in that manner. But then it was not a big deal. However, he said, "I understand your situation, so this is the deal. Don gets to work in the morning at 7 o'clock, he leaves at 4. You can't be here as long as he's here. However, what I will do, I will allow you to come in after 5 and work. And I will try my best to, to get you up and running, so therefore you can sell some cars, so therefore you can take care of your family." Betty needed a job, so she complied. So therefore, the first night she comes in to work, she doesn't sell anything. The second night she comes in to work, she doesn't sell anything. The third night she comes in to work, she still hasn't sold anything. However, the fourth day she comes in, it happens to be a Saturday, she sells her very first vehicle. When she sells her very first car, she makes the highest gross profit in the history of the store on that particular vehicle. Tom had to log the deal. Back then we had what was called log sheets. This is what put all the customer information on it pertaining to the sale. He put the customer's name, he put the kind of car the customer was interested in buying, he put the stock number of the car the customer was interested in buying, he put the trade-in, and he also put the profit on the vehicle that was made. But where it said customer salesperson, he put house deal there instead. And the reason why he put house deal there is because he knew when Don came and looked at the books, if he saw her name, it would create a problem, and he did not want to create a problem. So therefore, he put house deal. That evening, after the dealership closed, like Don does would do on a weekly and daily basis, he came in to check the books to see what was sold. And when he checked the books, he saw the deal, and he saw it was the highest gross profit in the history of the dealership. He was very pleased that the dealership had made such a decent profit as far as the car was concerned. But right there, he also saw a house deal. Although Don was a very antiquated person, he was actually a very decent, manager. He did not believe in house deals. He figured if a deal was sold, well, then a salesperson should get paid on it. So therefore, he did not believe in house deals. So then Monday comes around. When that Monday comes around, he goes to Tom. He says he congratulates Tom on the deal that he's made. But then we're back in action again. So that being the case, He congratulated Tom on the deal, but he said, why isn't a salesperson's name attached to it? Tom said, well, it was my customer. All the salespeople were busy, so therefore I put the deal, together, and that's the reason why it's a house deal. Don said, that's fine, but don't let it happen again. I do not want you to destroy the morale as far as my salespeople are concerned. Tom said, okay, I won't let it happen again. Everything was okay. Monday night comes, Betty doesn't sell anything. Tuesday night comes, Betty still hasn't sold anything. Wednesday night comes, Betty sells her second vehicle. To sell a second vehicle, it's the second highest gross profit in the history of the dealership. Tom lost that. Thursday morning, Don comes in. He looks at the books. He sees the deals, second highest gross profit. Very elated that the dealership had made a good profit on the car, but he also sees it's a house deal. He goes to Tom and says, "Look, I told you, I'm very proud of the fact that you're making these good profits. However, why isn't a salesperson name attached to it? If you keep making these kind of deals and you're not applying it to a salesperson, well, then it's going to destroy my salesperson's morale, and I don't want that to happen. You need to get a salesperson and give this deal to a salesperson." Tom said at that time, well, I have to confess, Don, the deal from Saturday and the deal from last night was made by the woman who you asked me to terminate last week. There was a pause. Then Don said, I don't care. Now you're defying what I asked you to do. I told you to get rid of the woman. I want you to get rid of her. I don't care the fact that she made the deals. I don't want a woman working in my dealership. Tom said, that's absolutely ridiculous. Why in the world am I going to get rid of this lady? And she's selling cars, and not only she's selling cars, she's doing an extremely good job, and she's making more profit than this store's ever made on the cars that she sells. So Don said, I don't care. Then they go back in the back room and they start arguing. A few moments later, Don walks out. He looks over his shoulder as he's going down the stairs. He looks back at Tom and says, if she creates a problem, I will hold you responsible for it. So therefore, Tom won the argument. Gets on the phone, calls Betty, tells Betty she can come on in. He's going to put on a regular schedule. The only thing that he will ask of her is to avoid Don with all costs because he still does not want you working here. So therefore, Betty comes in. The yoke is no longer on her neck. She goes out and she starts selling cars. And she starts selling cars, one car after the other, after the other, after the other. As a matter of fact, she's on fire. Every car she sells, she has a great relationship as far as the people that she's selling the cars to. But more importantly than that, the profits on the cars that she was selling, it was absolutely unbelievable. Now, why am I talking about Betty Cook? The reason why I'm talking about Betty Cook is because we're talking about finding common ground. Now, that being the case, Betty had a very unusual way of finding common ground or handling common ground. When a family would come into the dealership, she would immediately go over and she would, engage in a conversation with the family. She would greet the husband. She would greet the wife. If there was a small child in a stroller or a buggy or a carriage, she would reach down. She would grab that baby and hold that baby in her arms like it was her own baby. She would find the oddest thing she possibly could on that guy, and she would compliment him. If the guy came in with pink shoes on and purple socks and a plaid shirt, she would talk about how great of a combination that was and how well it worked on him, because she knew that oddity as far as that guy was concerned was his personal signature, and she was astute enough to distinguish what that guy's personal signature was. She would compliment him on something that the average person would probably ignore or never ever pay attention to, or in the worst case scenario, criticize him for doing. But the uniqueness about that guy, she would always find it and she would compliment him on it. Now all of a sudden, she's complimenting this guy on something that he's never gotten a compliment on before. She's engaging in a conversation as far as the lady is concerned. This guy now has a silly grin on his face because he just got complimented by this young woman. And all of a sudden, she's holding the baby in her arms. She and the lady is walking off the showroom floor on the going to the lot. 20 minutes pass, the guy's wondering where's his family. 30 minutes pass, the guy's wondering where's his family. All of a sudden, 35, 40 minutes later, as Betty's walking back in, she's engaged in a conversation with this woman like she's been knowing this woman all of her life. She's holding the baby in her arms, and then all of a sudden, she goes into her office, The baby's sitting on her lap. She's filling out paperwork. She sees the guy standing on the showroom floor who had lost his family, had no idea where his family was. She beckons to have him come into the office. Once he comes into the office, she's filling out paperwork. See, Betty realized back then what most salespeople are still just trying to figure out today, that 80% of absolutely every buying decision in every household is made by a woman. 80% of every buying decision in every household is made by a woman. Now, all of you macho guys that sitting in here think you make all the decisions in your household, you're wrong. Even if the woman allows you to think that, you're not making the decision. Okay?
Your wife's not with you, it ain't happening.
Not necessarily true, but pretty much the same idea. And we're going to talk about that in a little while also. My point is real simple. Find that oddity. Find that thing that's engaging. Find that oddity that's going to engage that particular individual. That common ground, that's what Betty would do. At that particular point, once you do that, you'll find that it's going to allow your process to move forward. 80% of absolutely every buying decision in every household is made by a woman. Betty was able to distinguish that many years ago. Like I said, today, men are just beginning to embrace that. If you ever, under any circumstances, ignore a woman when she comes in and she's expressed an interest in a car, guys, you're not gonna make that sale. A man comes in and says that he's interested in a specific automobile and he has a significant other with him. If you ignore her, and if you do not engage her, and if at any point she feels as though that you're not valuing her, you are not going to make that sale. However, let's flip the script just a little bit. A woman comes in, she's interested in purchasing an automobile, she's with her significant other. If you pay more attention to him than her, you will not get the sale. Okay? So therefore, always engage the lady. 80% of absolutely every buying decision in every home is made by a woman. Step number 1 is meet and greet. Step number 2 is find common ground, which brings us to step number 3. Step number 3 is customer consultation. So, Edward, what is the purpose of me consulting with a customer? What is the purpose of me consulting with a customer?
The purpose of great is to know what the customer wants, what the customer likes, what the customer really needs. So at least you have an idea that it's not like customer, I want this vehicle, like to work or somewhere to get around. At least you have an idea which one to show the customer. She has an idea of what vehicles right for her. Okay.
Okay, I like to find out what that customer, wants are, what they prefer. Absolutely right. I'll do it. What is the purpose of me consulting with the customer?
To know better their needs, to provide better assistance.
To provide better assistance. Okay, makes sense. All right. Well, what is the purpose of me consulting with the customer?
The purpose of consulting with the customer is to identify their buying priorities.
Okay, I like that. To identify their buying priorities. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Okay, what are their priorities in making the buying decision? Absolutely. All right, what is the purpose of me consulting with the customer?
I'm with everybody, needs, wants, and desires.
Needs, wants, and desires. Sum it all up. Am I correct? Okay. Val?
I would say gather more information so you can move to the fourth step.
Okay.
To choose the right vehicle. Without any information, you can choose the right vehicle.
100% right also. You guys are 100% on it. You're 100% on it. I want to try this one also, okay? I consult with the customer. To determine what my customer's needs, wants, and desires are based on their current circumstances. Consult with the customer to determine what my customer's needs, wants, and desires are based on their current circumstances. Not what their circumstances were yesterday, not what their circumstances will be tomorrow. What's going on with that customer right now that will allow the customer to make a decision right now. It's always in the moment, guys. It's always in the moment. So I can go with the customer to determine what my customer's needs, wants, and desires are based on the current circumstances. Please write this down. If you listen to your customer, the customer will tell you exactly how to sell them. If you listen to your customer, the customer will tell you exactly how to sell them. Okay? Now, I consult with the customer to determine what my customer's needs, wants, and desires are based on the current circumstances. If I listen to my customer will tell me exactly how to sell them. When it comes to step number 3, we question skillfully and we listen carefully. Okay? We question skillfully and listen carefully. Listen to our customers. Our customer will tell us exactly how to sell them. And what we're going to do, we're going to go through qualifying questions. I'm going to give you 22 questions. These questions are questions that you're going to be able to ask a customer and get the information necessary for you to determine what the customer's needs, wants, and desires are based on their current circumstances. Okay? These questions, yes, sir.
Was that question skillfully, right?
Say that again.
Question skillfully, and then listen carefully.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. Question skillfully, listen carefully.
Yes, okay.
And it will allow you to listen carefully. The customer will tell you exactly how to sell them. Okay, we're going to go through 22 questions. These questions are questions that you can ask a customer. And by asking these questions of a customer, they're going to tell you, the customer is going to allow the customer to tell you exactly what his needs, wants, and desires are, again, based on the current circumstances. You do not have to ask these questions in the order in which I will give them. Ask the questions for information reasons, not for conversational reasons. So therefore, you do not have to ask these questions in the order that I give them to you. The first 18 questions is ask the information. However, the last 4 of these 22 questions, I want you to ask in the specific order in which I give them to you, and I want you to ask them of absolutely every customer. First 18 questions, only ask questions that's going to be relevant to that particular situation. If it's not relevant, don't ask the question. It's a waste of your time. Okay? So therefore, we're going to go through these. Like I said, we're going to go through these specific questions. We're going to go through these specific questions. Not only we're going to go through them, we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the reason why we're asking these particular questions. So, step number 1 is meet and greet. Step number 2 is find common ground. Step number 3 is customer consultation. Examples of common ground: how long have you been in the area? Well, do you work in the area? Are you into sports? Are you married? Do you have a family? Do you have children? Practically anything can be considered as common ground. Now, that takes us to step number 3, customer consultation. Now, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to go through it. Now, the first question: are you looking to trade your current vehicle, or are you looking to add a new car to the family? Are you looking to trade your current vehicle, or are you looking to add a new car to the family? Are you looking to trade your current vehicle, or are you looking to add a new car to the family? Does that happen all? No. Are you looking to trade your current vehicle, or are you looking to add a new car to the family? Are you looking to trade your current vehicle, or are you looking to add a new car to the family? Why is that an important question, and why would I ask that question of a customer? Are you looking to trade your current vehicle, or are you looking to add a new car to the family? Why would I ask a customer that question, Mike?
Is it a whole different procedure if they're going to trade or not trade?
Absolutely right. Okay. It allows me to know how to conduct my presentation. Absolutely. That's one of the reasons. Why would I ask that question? Are you looking to trade your current vehicle, or are you looking to add a new car to the family? What is the significance of me asking that question?
I don't know, it gives you the same thing as Mike said, it gives you the opportunity to choose the right car for him. Next step, what you did before.
Now, how does it give me the opportunity to choose the right car for him by asking him whether or not he's looking to trade or add a car to the family?
I think that if he's looking to trade his car, maybe he wants a newer model. And
Okay.
stick with the same company, AAA or whatever, but a newer model.
Okay, just looking to upgrade basically.
Yeah, upgrade, yeah.
Same model, just an upgrade. Okay. Yes. Edward?
Narrow down to the customer's choice, like asking these questions, we're able to narrow down which vehicle is good for this person, or which car they really want. So it's like, we really want to trade this in, or we really want to move it. It's like narrowing down the choices of the customer.
Okay, very good. All right, Oksana, what is the significance of me asking that question?
I would think as the first of the financing of the budget.
What could have something to do with the budget?
So if it's a new car to the family, it should be something like cheaper. If it's like trade the current vehicle, it's maybe more expensive.
Okay.
So it's
So I think what I'm gathering what you're saying is, when it will lower his bottom line.
no, it's more. I can offer in this case more expensive vehicle
Okay. Again.
with more technological stuff, etc.
Okay. All right.
So it's a new car for the family. Just for what purpose? I don't know.
So it will give me an opportunity to segue into asking another question that may be
Right.
relevant to the deal going forward. Okay.
Identifying the buying priorities, because it's a completely different deal to trade or buy new.
Okay, identify the buying priorities. Okay, all right. Okay, try this one out. You guys are, again, those are all relevant. Try this one on besides. I asked the question, are you looking to trade your current vehicle, or are you looking to add a new car to the family? Because I want to know if there's a trade. What was that? I want to know if there's a trade. Now, let me elaborate on that just a little bit for you. Customer comes in. He finds a car that he or she is interested in. We go on the demonstration. I do a presentation. He falls in love with the automobile. We go on a demonstration drive. The car fits him perfectly. He likes the way the car rides. And now all of a sudden, we're about to close the deal. We're on step number 8, closing the deal. And now I get my the figures from my management. I'm about to present. I go to my customer to present the figures. He's absolutely in love with the figures. However, when I ask him to sign on the dotted line, he says, "Glenn, I like the car, I like your price on the car, but how much are you going to give me for my trade?" At the very last moment, he springs a trade in on you. Guys, if you don't give him exactly what it is that he was looking for as far as the trade was concerned, you will lose the deal. You will lose the deal. And the reason why you will lose the deal is because he came in with a preconceived idea of the value of his trade, whether or not it was justified, value, or was it an unjustified value. He had an idea of the value of his trade. If I knew there was a trade involved up front, well, then all of a sudden now I know how, when I'm doing my presentation, to include the his trade in my presentation. So when it comes time for us to sign him to sign on the dotted line, he'll have a more realistic value of his trade rather than his perceived value of his trade, because it has given me the opportunity to educate him on his trade. And as we go forward, you'll understand exactly what I mean as far as that is concerned. Customer made a decision that he was going to come in and purchase a car today. However, last night, because he had made the decision, he wanted to prepare himself for coming in to purchase the car. He wanted to educate himself a little bit. So he went to Barnes & Noble. He went to the self-help section of Barnes & Noble, and he found a book that was titled "How to Buy Cars for Dummies." He went in and he looked at that book that says "How to Buy Cars for Dummies." As he was reading it, You got to chapter 5, page 178. It said, anytime you go in to purchase an automobile, before, excuse me, before you, go in, make sure you never ever, before you sign on the dotted line, make sure you have not, given the salesperson the knowledge that you do have a trade-in. Hold your trade-in back. And at the very end, bring it on the salesperson, and he will be forced to give you more money for your trade. First of all, it's not going to work. Number one, the trade is what the trade is worth. And not only that, if you did not know that there was a trade up front, if you're not able to meet that customer's needs and desires as far as the trade value is concerned, like I said before, more often than not, he's not going to purchase that car. If I know there's a trade, it gives me an opportunity to give him to educate him about the real value of his vehicle rather than his perceived value of the vehicle. You should know if there's a trade up front. It allows you to conduct your presentation accordingly. So therefore, step number 1 is meet and greet. Step number 2 is find common ground. Step number 3, customer consultation. Fit this question. Are you looking to trade your current vehicle, or are you looking to add a new car to the family? I want to know if there's a trade up front, so therefore I can conduct my presentation accordingly. Next question. How long have you been shopping? 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 But why is that an important question that I ask the customer? How long have they been shopping?
Because if they've just started looking, you may not have as good a chance as if they've seen some stuff and know what they're looking for.
Okay, all right. We'll come back to that in just a second.
To identify the duration that they'll keep the vehicle and how long they're good.
Okay, I think I understand what you're saying, but elaborate on, a little bit more on what you're saying.
So, if someone's been shopping around for anywhere over 90 days, in my opinion, we can just show that they either can't find what they're looking for, or it's not, or they need to have somebody explain it to them better.
It makes a lot of sense. Alessandro, what is the significance of me asking the customer, how long have you been shopping?
To understand if he's frustrated or it's just excited, so it's newcomer. If it's short time shopping, so it's just the first time when he came in, so it should be more relaxed, more enthusiastic. If he is looking for a long time, he's supposed to be frustrated and he needs why it takes so long for him to make a choice. So you need to understand this also.
All right. Okay. I follow exactly what you're saying, Edward. Why would I ask that? Why would I ask that question? How long have you been shopping?
Do you have an idea on the customer, what customer really wants?
Okay.
How the customer really wants the vehicle? If he really wants the vehicle, I mean, if he's shopping for so long, it means he's looking for something
Special.
Find another dealership. So at least you would be able to address that need or wants of the customer.
Okay. All right. Then I'll go for it.
I think in order to understand if the customer is ready to make a decision, I mean, if he's shopping for a long time and you got him like the car he really wants and doesn't give you like a heads up that he might be ready to make a decision because it's a long time he's looking for this.
Okay.
But actually, I'm sorry, the second thing that I'm thinking about is he might have something in his mind, like he said, like something special, and you have to find out what that special is.
Okay. Simply qualify the customer.
Yeah.
Okay. He has not previously been qualified.
I mean,
He has not been previously qualified.
no, I mean for the car, maybe he couldn't find the right car for him, and he just.
Well, that's what I mean, qualified based on vehicle.
Yes.
Yes.
Having heard all this, I'm gonna change my answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you may have a better shot than most people, because that's not the way I'm gonna occur. I wouldn't look around. That's value. But I'm gonna say you may have a better shot if they've just started looking.
Okay.
And then you have an opportunity to enthusiastically get them into a vehicle. But
A person who leaves his home specifically to go out and purchase an automobile will make a buying decision. What time frame? Absolutely right. I was paying attention to me yesterday. I like that. Okay. A person who leaves his home specifically to go out and purchase an automobile will make a buying decision within 4 hours. When I asked that question, how long have you been shopping? I'm trying to gauge how long the customer has been shopping. When you guys went out last night, how many of the people that you talked to last night asked you to make a buying decision last night? One person. One person. And he was asking him to make a buying decision on something that he did not even express an interest in.
Neither of us.
Okay? So in essence, nobody was asked to make a buying decision on a vehicle that they were landing on. So if I ask the person, how long have you been shopping? The customer tells me I've been shopping for the last 4 or 5 days. That's going to give me signals as to, something is going on. When a person leaves his home specifically to go and make a buying, to purchase an automobile and make a buying decision within 4 hours after he or she leaves his home. Customer comes in, I ask how long have you been shopping? He tells me this is my first stop. Guys, I know this customer is motivated to make a buying decision right then and there. If this is his first stop, do you think he came to your dealership first?
maybe you have something you want, I've seen online, close.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I may have something that he wants. More than likely, I have something he wants. Otherwise, he won't come to the dealership.
Mhm.
Or he's very suspect that I have something that he wants. If he, if he came to my dealership before he went to anybody else's dealership, what is that telling me as a salesperson?
Yeah, you got a good shot at some of them.
I got a good shot at someone saying,
He likes your dealership. Yeah, he wants probably a person to be doing the job right away, and then he wants to get this over with, and facility is convenient.
and based on that logic, would that not tell you that he was more interested in your product than anyone else's?
Yes.
He was more interested in your dealership than anyone else's dealership? You were number one on his list? Would he put the third vehicle the vehicle that he's less interested in, would he go to that dealership first or the dealership that he's most interested in first? Most interested in first. Common sense, am I correct? So therefore, it's going to give me a better opportunity to sell him than anybody else that's out there. The reason why I asked the question, how long have you been shopping? I want to see what your level of motivation is. You came to me first, obviously you like what I have over and above my competitors more. If he has shopped several dealerships, what is that telling me about that customer? It's telling me that the salesperson obviously did not address his needs, wants, and desires based on his current circumstances. If he tells me that he has, or the salesperson never asked him to do business with them, as nothing happened with you guys when you went out shopping. But it lets me know exactly what the customer's motivation level is to purchase an automobile. So, customer comes in and tells me that I've been shopping for the last, a day or two, the last 6 months, the last week. My follow-up question to that customer would be this. Mr. and Mrs. Customer, why is it that you have not made a buying decision?
That's not, is that just number
That
three?
would be a follow-up question to that question. Why is it that you have not made a buying decision? Or why is it that you have not made a decision? Why is it that you have not made a buying decision? Now, when I ask that question, why is it that you've not made a buying decision? No matter what that customer tells me, as a salesperson, what has that done for me?
Identify pain point.
Identify the pain point?
Pain point.
Pain point. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about when you say identify the pain point, but elaborate on that a little for me.
You're trying to figure out what is holding him back. What's the there's something contingent that's continuously stopped.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, okay. It tells me as a salesperson exactly what I need to know and what I need to overcome to make this deal go forward. It lets me know exactly whatever he tells me, he's telling me what I need to do to make this deal go forward. Next question. What kind of vehicle are you presently driving? What kind of car or what kind of vehicle are you presently driving? What kind of car or what kind of vehicle are you presently driving? What kind of car or what kind of vehicle are you currently driving? What kind of car or what kind of vehicle are you currently driving? When I ask that question, I want to see if the customer is just moving, if he's getting in the same automobile and he's just trying to upgrade from the old to the new. Because if he came in driving a Chevy Impala, he wants a Chevy Impala, that's going to be one of the easiest sales that you will ever make. He already has a relationship with the car. He already has a relationship with the dealership. If he's coming in just to get an upgrade, the only thing that's necessary for you to do is compliment him and thank him for doing business with you again, or buying your product again, and then point out the advantages or the upgrades of the newer model. The new technology on the newer model, and that in itself will sell that customer. It will be one of the easiest sales that you will ever make. Already has a relationship with you. The only thing you're doing right now, enhancing the new technology and asking him to make to move forward as far as his buying decision is concerned. One of the easiest sales you will ever make in your life. Okay? Next question. Where else have you shopped? 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 I asked that particular question. Where else have you shopped? In essence, what I'm asking the customer is this. What is my competition? What is my competition? When I ask him where else have you shopped, he tells me that he shopped at Ziegler Chevrolet. Basically, he's telling me that my competition is another Chevrolet dealership. Now, my follow-up question to that would be, listen, Mrs. Jones, we own them for the same price. We own our cars for the exact same price that Ziegler owned his cars for. Why is it that you did not make a buying decision with Ziegler? Why is it that you did not make a buying decision with Ziegler? Or why is it that you didn't make a buying decision with Grossinger? Or whatever the other Chevrolet dealership is? Why is it that you do not make a buying decision with my competitor? Whatever the customer tells you, that is giving you ammunition to move forward. It's telling me exactly what to do or not to do, so therefore I can make this deal go down.
They were just unhappy with itself.
Because that's a very legitimate and very good reason. Were you guys all satisfied with the salespeople that you talked to last night? Oh, okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
So kind of, I don't want to rewind too much, but so what if their biggest thing is price? Like people say, that's my thing. Like the price is too high at these other places. I have been shopping around. I need the best price.
Okay. Very good question. Very easy question to overcome. The reason why price is an issue is because he has not found value in the product. And more often than not, the salesperson was trying to sell price rather than sell value.
Can you repeat that?
Absolutely. If price is an issue, he has not found value in the product. He has not found value in the product. The salesperson that he had spoken with before was more interested in selling price than selling value. Now that we're talking about price, let's move forward a little bit, okay? Then we're gonna get right back on the right track. Please write this down as a side note, okay? When perceived value is greater than price, the customer will buy. When perceived value is greater than price, the customer will buy.
It's like the guy last night, he says, what's your budget? I said, well, depends on the car.
Absolutely.
I wanna find something at a good value.
Value is subjective. Price is subjective. Okay? When perceived value is greater than cost, the customer will buy. Let me give you a more layman term, one that I use all the time. As long as the value outweighs the dollars and cents coming out of my pocket, the customer will buy. Okay?
I paid more on occasion for a car because I thought it was a better deal, even though it cost more.
And you're not the only person. You're not the only person. People do it absolutely every day. One thing you said earlier, Mike, I'm going to shop around until I get the best price. The only time, the best value, okay? And that's the difference. Value versus price, okay? Value versus price. Whatever your value or your perceived value is going to be something totally different than Val's perceived value. Val's perceived value is going to be something totally different than Oksana's perceived value. The prices on the window of an automobile, that's a legitimate price, guys. That's what that car should sell for. It should not be discounted. The only incentive the only discount that a customer should get is the incentive that come from the manufacturer. The car should sell for exactly the dollars and cents that's on that particular vehicle. Now, I'm not going to say every vehicle out there is going to sell for the dollars and cents that's on the window, and the reason being is because salespeople, sales managers, dealers, they are caught up in this idea: if I can lower the price if I can lower the price great enough, the customer is going to buy the product. If the customer doesn't see value in the product, I don't care what you lower the price to, he's not going to buy it. It's not going to happen. As long as the value outweighs the dollars and cents coming out of my pocket, I will buy it. Perceived value is greater than the cost of the vehicle, the customer will buy. Okay, so let's get back on track.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Is this perceived value, this is subjective, right?
It is subjective,
But
absolutely.
it's like in figures, it's not like, I love this vehicle, it doesn't matter how much it costs, it's like similar to that.
I didn't quite understand the second part in. What did you say?
Like, for example, like a customer, like, I like this vehicle, whatever the price is in there, I don't care, because for me, this value, I value this thing.
That's perceived value, and that's when it is subjective. Absolutely. Okay, let's elaborate on that just a little bit. Okay. How many of you guys are familiar with CarMax? Okay. All right. You gentlemen and Oksana, you know.
CarMax. Oh yeah, I went there one time.
What did you went there one time?
I know, like shopping one time.
Okay.
But they didn't buy.
All right. You didn't buy it, but you went there once. Okay.
Yes, one.
All right. Do you think CarMax sell cars? Do they sell new cars or used cars?
Used?
Used cars. Yeah, absolutely. They sell used cars. The fact that they sell used cars, guys, they have sold the idea that if you come into my dealership, you buy my automobile, and then they tell you, what kind of discount are you going to get on that car?
Yeah.
Should they negotiate? I'm asking you, really?
Oh, I tried to sell a car there once, but I believe that the price on the car is the price on the car.
Okay, all right. Do they discount cars?
No.
No? Okay. Do they discount cars? Okay, why do you think that CarMax can be as popular as they are? As a matter of fact, it's a nationally, it's a publicly traded company. They're all in every state of the United States for the most part that I know of. And they're selling tons and tons and tons of automobiles. Why do you think that they can sell automobiles without having to discount them?
Because the automobiles have value.
Because I heard the value part. What's the first one?
Their cars have value.
Because their cars have value. Why is that? Why does their car have any more value than Bill Stacy cars or Ziegler cars or Rossinger cars?
Because of the skills of the salesperson, I think.
Because of the skills of the salesperson.
Or maybe it's easily to find out and to see, to get access to their cars that they're selling. Maybe that's the point.
All right. So it goes right back to perceived value. The consumers perceive value. Okay, yes.
I believe that CarMax is able to do what they do because they have emphasized dependability and reliability with their vehicles and have backed that up continuously and continuously.
How do they back it up?
They run extensive commercials saying whatever and whatnot. And the cars are reliable and CarMax, CarMax, not Carfax. They've built a perceived value since they've started the brand of reliability and
Do
dependability.
they offer a return option?
Yeah, they do.
Is it like, if you don't like the car within such and such a period, you can bring it back?
But they get started. That hasn't been always. That has not always been something they've done. Okay, that's a right. I mean, I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate here, but you guys are absolutely right. The reason why CarMax is able to do that, Oksana really hit it right on the head. Because quite simply, they do this because they have convinced you as the general public that their cars are better than everybody else's car that's out there. Their car is no better than anybody else's car.
Not
But what they have
necessarily
done,
cheaper.
what they have done is they said, come in and buy my car. And the reason why you can come in and buy my car is the most reliable used car on the market on the planet. Not only is the most reliable used car on the planet, my car has undergone a 142-point inspection. You come in and buy this particular automobile, it's going to be the closest thing to a new car that you can possibly buy. And guess what? You come in and buy my car, you don't even have to negotiate the price. You don't even have to negotiate the price. Just come on in and pay whatever, and you're going to have a wonderful automobile. And that concept has sold
Psychology.
exactly. That concept has sold the general public. Wow, their cars are better than absolutely everybody else's used car that's out there. 42-point inspection. I can go in and I don't even have to worry about negotiating the price. I have no hassle whatsoever. You also know that if you go in and buy a car from CarMax, you can go and get an equivalent automobile at any dealership in the Chicagoland area for $1,000 to $1,200 less money. They make more profit on their automobiles. Why do they make more profit? Because they do not sell price, guys. They sell value. They do not sell price, they sell value. And they have convinced the general public that their cars are better than absolutely everybody else's cars that's out there. Well, you said they have proven over and over that they're reliable. You also know that you buy a car from CarMax, you have to take it to that manufacturer dealer to get it repaired.
Really?
They don't repair cars. They don't repair cars. Yes.
Is that really true? For CarMax, really true that their cars really have good value?
Do they have good value?
Yeah, is that really true?
I mean, it's no better than anybody else's car. You go out there, okay, and, when you go to a Chevy dealership, when you go to a Ford dealership, when you go to a Toyota dealership, you have certified automobiles, right?
Right.
You go to buy a certified automobile, it has undergone more than that than a CarMax vehicle. They treat when you go and buy a certified automobile from another dealer, from a manufacturer dealership, For that car to be certified, it has to be as close to new as you can possibly get it. And not only that, they give you they extend you a new car warranty on the vehicle. CarMax will give you a warranty, but they will sell you a warranty. They won't give you a warranty. They will sell you a warranty that you have to go to the dealership to get service. So again, it goes right back down to that psychological mindset. Guys remember Saturn? Okay, they no longer make Saturn. People think Saturn went out of business. Saturn didn't go out of business. General Motors sold Saturn. When we were going through that economical downturn, and with that, General Motors was trying to come to grips with the economy. When the economy went bust back in 2008, 2009, they made a deal with Penske. Penske being one of the largest transportation companies in the world, they made a deal with them to buy Saturn, and Penske bought Saturn. But the problem was, when Penske tried to make a deal with Saturn, with the vendors for the parts for Saturn, they could not make that deal with with the distributors of parts. So therefore, they chose not to put the vehicle back on the market. Now, when you went into a Saturn dealership, what kind of discount did you get on a Saturn? They didn't discount the cars, guys. They did not. Whatever the price on the window was, that's exactly what it was. They sold the concept, just like CarMax sold our concept. Come in and buy our car, you don't even have to worry about negotiating. However, when the salesperson went in, when you went in to buy a car at Saturn, the salesperson did not sell price. He told you about how exquisitely made that car was. That salesperson, before he was able to go on the showroom floor and sell that vehicle, he had to literally go to the manufacturer, spend days at the manufacturer, and they saw how that car was built. He saw these guys, these mechanics walking around with these white aprons on and white gloves on, and how clean the service department, how clean the manufacturing line was. So therefore, when he came back, he could tell the customer everything about how great that car was and how great it was made. So therefore, a customer comes in and says, what kind of discount can I get? Discount? Let me tell you the value you are getting. Let me justify the value. They began to sell that concept to the consumer. And the consumer said, wow, I can get all this. But this is the funny thing. They first started to market Saturn here, when Saturn first came out, their catchphrase was, the closest thing you're going to get to a Japanese vehicle made by Americans. The closest thing you got to get to a Japanese automobile made by Americans. The closest thing you got to get to a Japanese car made by Americans. And people went crazy. Oh man, I can still buy American? And it's going to be good as a Japanese car? And people ate it up. Ate it up. You know what you were getting, guys, when you bought a Saturn? You were getting a Pontiac with a plastic body. That's all it was. They changed the grille, they made a fiberglass body, and put it on a Pontiac chassis. This is a Saturn. I can buy it, and I don't even have to negotiate the price. I can play full sticker board, and I'm a happy camper. Guys, it's a mindset. The biggest problem with salespeople is the problem that you ran into with the salespeople last night. If I hang around long enough, somebody's going to come in. I can treat him like crap if I choose to, excuse my vernacular. I can treat him like, whatever way I want to treat him. And eventually, enough people are going to come through my doors. I'm going to talk to enough people. I'm going to make a living. And that's what happens. Then you have the dealers. Well, let me just hire somebody, and then I'll let him go out there. He's not paying any attention to how his salespeople is treating his customers. He's losing customers. He's not making the sales that he's supposed to make, or because he has caught himself in a volume situation. They're selling a lot of cars, so therefore they're not monitoring the salespeople for whatever the reason is. So therefore, you have poor quality salespeople out there selling products and making a hell of a living. Craziest thing in the world I've ever seen in my life. And then until it's happening. Can you imagine doing it right? Can you imagine doing it right? Dealership that you went to last night, Grossinger, they have a salesperson that's that's in that family who's actually works in the Cadillac and the GMC store, Cadillac Buick and GMC store, which is not far from the Toyota store.
I think it's on the other side of the
Yeah. I have a salesperson over there. His name is Greg. Greg sells 60 plus cars a month. 60 plus cars a month. His income is roughly about $400,000 a year. Right there. Okay. He has some of the highest gross profits that you will ever see. Why? Because he sells value. He does not sell numbers. Okay? Keep that in mind as we move forward, all right? So, what else have you shopped? I want to know what my competitors are. Same manufacturer, different location. Why is it that you do not do business with XYZ Motors? If the customer tells you, well then that'll give you the information you need, so therefore you can move the deal forward. Your competitor is Ford. Where else have you shopped? I shopped over at Bar Gorman Ford. Okay, what vehicle is it now? If it's a different manufacturer, you want to find out what is it that they're looking at the different manufacturer. If he's looking at, for example, I will ask him, what vehicle are you considering, with Ford? I'm considering a Fusion. What is it that you like about the Fusion? Once you find out what he likes about the Fusion, find out what it is that he's interested in that you sell, and then always compliment your competitor. Always compliment your competitor, but then highlight the advantages of your product over and above your competitor. Ford Fusion is an extremely nice automobile. However, let me tell you why the Malibu has been recognized as, by Motor Trend as the #1 car sold in America today in its class. Compliment the competitor, highlight the advantages of him owning your product, and then ask him to make a buying decision based on that information. You can rest assured, if you do it right, you're doing more than 90% of the salespeople that's out there already doing it. Now,
You said, always tell them much better than highlight, what was that?
highlight the advantages of your vehicle over your competitors.
It's under the number 6.
Hmm?
Is that another question? Or?
We're still up under one.
Topic, right?
Yeah, but we're still on board. We're still on board. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Some of those questions have been sub-questions.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, in essence, ask that back when you ask, why is it, what is my competitor? Compliment the competitor, then highlight the advantages of your product over and above your competitor. Got me? Okay. Whatever the customer tells you, guys, when you ask these particular questions, it's giving you information, it's giving you ammunition, so therefore you can move the sale forward. Next question. What brings you into our dealership today? What brings you into our dealership today? What brings you into our dealership today? When I ask that particular question, I am doing what is called sourcing my customer. What brings you to our dealership today? In parentheses, once you bring that question, write the word source in parentheses. What brings you to our dealership today? We're sourcing the customer. Now, when I say sourcing the customer, what do I mean when I say sourcing the customer?
Find out the reason why he's here.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm talking about. What motivated him to be here? Was it a billboard? Was it a radio ad? Was it a newspaper ad? Was it a television ad? Was it word of mouth? Did he do business with you before? What is it that stimulated his interest to come to you that particular day? The importance of me asking that question to source the customer. First of all, it lets me know if it was a some form of advertisement. It lets me know that we're obviously utilizing our advertising dollars well. If it was word of mouth, well then we have done something great enough or good enough to impress someone else to refer that customer to us. Those are the reasons why I want to source my customer. If they have been here before, we did something well enough for them to give us a second chance or a third chance. They're coming back to see us again. Now, another reason why I want to source this particular customer, hypothetically speaking, customer comes in. He's interested in a Chevy Impala. He comes in and says, Edward, I'm interested in a Chevy Impala. I want to buy it. However, I need to see what you have. That particular customer, as you can see at that particular time, Edward is very excited. He takes the customer out on the lot and he starts showing the customer Chevy Impalas. You have Chevy Impalas that will have the price on them ranging anywhere from the mid-20s to the upper 30s, Chevy Impala. Okay? The customer that comes in, he's looking for a Chevy Impala. The Impala that he ends up on or he ends up looking at has a price on it for $31,000. All of a sudden he comes in, you take him out, you show him the car, you present the car to him, you take him on a demonstration drive, he absolutely loves the automobile. Now it's time for him to come back, to make a buying decision. You go to your management, you present him with, your management gives you the figures, you present the figures to the customer, and the figures that you present to the customer says that the customer can purchase this automobile for $5,000 down and $499 a month. He's on a $33,000 automobile. $31,000 Chevy Impala. He looks at $5,000 down, $399, $499 a month. When you present it to him, he goes crazy. What are you talking about? $5,000 down, $499 a month. I just saw an ad saying that I could buy a Chevy Impala for $2,000 down and $399 a month. When you just presented a customer with something that says $5,000 down, $499 a month, and he saw an ad for $300, for $299 a month and $2,000 down, what do you think got to be the first thought that goes to that customer's mind?
Going to the other place.
What other place? I mean, you were the one. Your dealership was the one that advertised.
Oh, your dealer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, what do you think is going on with the customer's mind in that customer's head at this particular point?
That is getting ripped off.
He got ripped off. Okay.
Telling lies and they're fooling the customer.
Okay. I'm lying to the customer. Okay. What else is going through that customer's mind?
I'm not giving him my money. I don't trust this guy.
I don't trust this guy. Now, in essence, guys, have I done anything deceitful?
That's the cheaper Impala. That you get is the $2,000 and
Absolutely.
He doesn't know the difference in the value.
Okay. So, I have not lied to the customer. I have not tried to deceive the customer. I have not misled the customer. But still, that's going on in the customer's mind. Am I correct?
you have to overcome it.
Okay, now I have to overcome it. Why do I have to overcome it? Because I did not source my customer. Had I sourced my customer and asked him, Mr. Jones, what motivated you to come into our dealership today? You know what Mr. Jones would have told me?
$2,000 down.
Absolutely right. And what would I have done?
Showed him
The car for $2,000 down. Okay? See, it's about perception, guys. It's about perceived. Okay? I haven't lied to the customer. It was not bait and switch or anything like that. But because I did not ask that vital question, what motivated you to come to my dealership today? All of a sudden, he landed. He was the one that wanted the $31,000 automobile. He was the one that, came in. I did not tell him that he could buy that car for that. Now, had I had he come in, had I asked the right questions, then I could have given him the right vehicle. All right. So what brings you into our dealership today? Source your customer. We can eliminate a whole lot of issues that our customers perceive of us only if we treat our customers properly going in.
You know what questions there.
What's good. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Next question. Have you done business with our dealership before? Have you done business with our dealership before? Have you done business with our dealership before? This one is real simple, guys. If you've done business with you before, they think enough of you to come back in and do business with you again. This is going to be one of the easiest sales that you've ever made. They already have a working relationship with you. They like you well enough to come back and see you. The only thing that they're asking of you is to accommodate me, and I'll do business with you again. Contrary to popular belief, people do not like shopping. They do not like shopping. They want to go in, find what they're looking for, feel like they have gotten value for their money, and they will move on. Nobody wants to spend 3, 4, 5 days, shopping for a car, or a week shopping for a car, a month shopping for an automobile. No matter what they say, they don't want to do that. But once they walk into your doors, they want to get it done. They want to get it done. But you have to ask the right questions, so therefore you can move forward. So have you done business with our dealership before? At that particular point, guys, the only thing you need to do is just, again, congratulate the person, and if he has done business with you before, congratulate him. Make him feel good. Thank him for doing business with you in the past, and ask him to do business with you again, and he will. Next question. Car that you're currently driving, was it purchased new or pre-owned? The car that you're currently driving, was it purchased new or pre-owned? The car that you're currently driving, was it purchased new or pre-owned? The car that you're currently driving, was it purchased new or pre-owned? Okay? Most people are creatures of habit. Most people that buy pre-owned automobiles, that's exactly what they do. They buy pre-owned automobiles. Most people that buy new cars, that's exactly what they do. They buy new cars. It's not always about affordability or dollars and cents. More often than not, it's because of a preference. Some people who buy pre-owned automobiles, they buy pre-owned automobiles, and it's intentionally because they would like for somebody else to take the depreciation of the automobile, so therefore the dollars and cent cost is going to be less to them. Some people who buy new automobiles, they are the people who want to be the only person that has ever driven that automobile, or the first person who has driven that particular automobile. So therefore, when a person comes in, you ask that question. The last car that you purchased, did you purchase a new or pre-owned? No matter what they tell you, follow it up what they say with a different question. The last car I purchased, it was pre-owned. Identify what they have done before. Mrs. Customer, the last car that you purchased, it was pre-owned, I understand. Are you considering another pre-owned automobile, or are you open to a new car as well? Are you considering another pre-owned automobile, or are you open to a new automobile as well? Customer comes in and tells you the last car you purchased was new. Again, ask another question. The last car that you purchased was a new automobile. Are you open to a pre-owned automobile as well? By me asking those follow-up questions, what does it do for me as a salesperson?
It opens up your opportunities.
Absolutely right. It gives me options, guys. And I always want more than one option. It gives me options. Am I making any sense to you guys? Always looking for options. Always looking for options. Okay. Next question. What is it that you like best about the car that you're currently driving? What is it that you like best about the car that you're currently driving? What is it that you like best about the car that you're currently driving? What is it that you like best about the car that you're currently driving? What is it that you like best about the car you're currently driving? Okay.
Is the next question after this going to be what don't you like about your current car?
You're absolutely right. That's what it will be. What is it that you like best about the car that you're currently driving? Why is it that I asked that question? What is it that you like best about the car that you're currently driving?
Finding something with those features.
Absolutely. If they liked it on the old, you gotta want it on the new. If they like it on the old, they gotta want it on the new. love the fact that my car has ABS brakes. These ABS brakes saved my life. Jill ran out in front of me, there was ice on the road, I hit my brakes, I was able to swerve around the deer rather than sliding into the deer. Okay, whatever they liked on the old car, they will want another new. Next question. Again, like I said, you hit it right on the head. What do you like least about the car that you're currently driving? What do you like least about the car that you're currently driving? What do you like least about the car you're currently driving? What do you like least about the car you're currently driving? Like least about the car you're currently driving. Guys, if they didn't like it on the old, they don't want to know the new. This is not a time that you try to sell new technology. How great technology is, how much better it is than it used to be. They didn't get any value out of it before. They figure that they wasted their money. They don't want to know the new. I hate the fact that this car has a moonroof on it because ever since I've had it, it's been leaking like I said. That's the reason why I have all this duct tape in here trying to keep the water out even when it rains, okay? Don't talk about how great technology is and how moonroofs are so much better than they used to be and the likelihood of them while leaking is pretty much non-existent. The customer could care less. He got no value out of it before. It was a hindrance to him. It was a headache to him. He doesn't even want to talk about it. The biggest problem with salespeople, they don't listen. Listen to your customer. Your customer will tell you exactly how to sell them. Next question. How long have you had your current vehicle? 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 We have what is called an itch cycle in the automobile industry. How long have you had your current vehicle?
What cycle, sorry? What kind of cycle?
It's like an itch you gotta scratch
Ah,
out. You gotta buy a new car.
Yes, ITCH. Itch.
My itch cycle is 31.
Each of the 7th year.
When I say itch cycle, what do I mean when I say itch cycle?
When you get antsy for another car.
Absolutely right. Itch cycle in the automobile industry is typically 36 to 42 months. 36 to 42 months. Most people want something differently. Most people want something new. 36 to 42 months. Nothing has to be wrong with the car that they're driving. They're just tired of looking at it. Okay, Mike.
I know a lot less than that.
Typically, it's 36 to 42 months. All right, so therefore, customer comes in, I ask the customer how long have you had your current vehicle? He tells me, well, I've been having this car for about 3 years now. I know he's at the greatest desire of wanting to own a new automobile. The reason why it is 3 years to 3.5 years, typically within a time frame, body styles have changed. Definitely technology on the vehicle has also changed. They're closer to what the warranty being, out as far as the vehicle is concerned. So therefore, they're looking to upgrade. People have pretty much come to grips with the fact that they are always going to have a car note, guys. That's pretty much what either they're going to have a car note, or they by investing into a new car, or they're going to have a car note by repairing the old car. Either way, they're going to be paying for a car
The
forever.
new car, you know what the note's gonna be. The old car, you have
You
no
have
idea.
no idea. Absolutely right. Okay? So the customer tells you, well, I keep my cars forever. Yeah, you keep them forever, but you still have a car note. Okay? Because when that car, it has a problem, when that timing belt goes, or when the timing chain goes, or when that transmission goes out, or when this happens, when that, you're still paying for it. Still paying for it. So therefore, again, if you make it make sense to a customer will purchase from you. Next question. What do you want in your next vehicle that your current vehicle does not have? What do you want in your next vehicle that your current vehicle does not have? What do you want in your next vehicle that your current vehicle does not have? You want your next vehicle that your current vehicle does not have. Okay. If I ask the question, what do you want your next vehicle that your current vehicle does not have? Very simple, guys. I'm trying to find that one thing that the customer has such a desire to have that might take him over the top, may catapult him into ownership as well as the automobile is concerned. I'm not looking for a lot. I'm just looking for that one thing. I ask the customer, what do you want in your next car that your current vehicle doesn't have? The customer tells me I have to have an extraordinary sound system because I love my music. Then that's what I'm going to concentrate on. The customer tells me the last car that I had, as a matter of fact, I'm so much into music, I have to have an up-to-date, entertainment system because I'll just run out of room for the, 8 tracks in my trunk.
Been longer than 46 months since he bought his last car. 42 months.
Okay. Real simple, guys. One thing, no one may be the thing that's going to motivate him to move forward as far as the deal is concerned. Next question. What are the most important features that you must have in your next car? What are the most important features that you must have in your next car? What are the most important features that you must have in your next car? What are the most important features that you must have in your next car? What are the most important features that you must have in your next car? Okay. This is when I want the customer to describe to you in full detail of what it is that he's looking for as far as his new vehicle is concerned. If I ask the question, what do you want? What are the most important features that you must have in your next car? And the customer goes to tell you, I'm looking for a fully loaded automobile. Do not assume that you know what he's talking about when he says fully loaded, because Will's idea of a fully loaded automobile is going to be something totally different than what Edward's idea of a fully loaded automobile is. Will's idea of a fully loaded automobile may be a car that has power windows, locks, cruise control, and leather seats, fully loaded to him. Edward's idea of a fully loaded automobile is a car that has power windows, locks, cruise control, heated leather seats, navigation system, moonroof, 22-inch alloy wheels, okay, and a 460 horsepower engine. All right? They're fully loaded to both of you guys, but your perception of one is different from the other. So when the customer says, well, I'm looking for a car that's permanently loaded and fully loaded, tell the customer at that particular point, well, Edward, describe to me in detail exactly what you're looking for as far as your new car is concerned. Now, when Edward started explaining to me and describing to me what it is that he's looking for in a brand new automobile or in his next car, what other thoughts do you think are going on through Ed's mind? What do you think he's thinking about while he's describing to me?
His dream car.
His dream car. Absolutely right. And his dream car, again, is relative to that situation or those circumstances. The more he's telling me, what do you think, what else is going on? He's describing to me the dream car, but what else do you think is going on in his head?
He wants to have a car.
Huh?
He really wants to have a car.
He really wants to have the car. He's beginning to salivate. The more he's talking about it, he's beginning to salivate about this big automobile. But even more importantly than that, he's beginning to imagine himself driving that particular automobile, equipped the exact same way that he's describing it to you. He's imagining himself driving down the Kennedy, unobstructed traffic. It's about 11 o'clock at night. He and his significant other just finished dinner at Shaw's downtown. They're driving home in the car of his dreams. He's beginning to visualize himself in that particular situation. Now, he's taking mental ownership of the car. That's exactly what you want him to do. When you tell him to describe that particular vehicle for you, you want him to start taking mental ownership of the vehicle. The more he talks about it, more he's mentally envisioning himself in that particular vehicle. He tells me about that moonroof that he wants. He's imagining himself driving down Lakeshore Drive at 72 degrees in, in June. And the breeze coming off of Lake Michigan. The stars are out. He's kicked back, driving down Lakeshore Drive. He's imagining himself doing that. You want the customer to start talking about the car. Because the more he's talking about the car, the more he's envisioning himself in the car. What are the interest rates on the last car you financed? What were the interest rates on the last car you financed? Next question, guys. What were the interest rates on the last car you financed? What were the interest rates on the last car you financed? What were the interest rates on the last car you financed? What were the interest rates on the last car you financed? Okay. That's after the question, what were the interest rates on the last car you financed? Will, why do you think I would ask that question?
From the shadowing I've done, the reason that people ask that to be able to work with the numbers to give them the best number in the beginning. Because people seem to get, the entire demeanor can change so drastically if you give them the wrong numbers. And if your interest rates are near what they previously were for a brand new and you've already created the drastically enhanced value, they're going to be satisfied with those rates if they're comparable and similar.
What you're saying makes a lot of sense, all right? Oksana, why do you think I would ask that question?
How much the customer is ready to pay?
How much the customer is ready to pay?
Right.
Okay. How is that relevant to, by me asking what were the interest rates on the last car you financed, how is that relevant to how much the customer is ready to pay?
For example, if the interest rates were higher than right now for the car that in sale, it means that you can offer more car with more stuff, with more technology, more. So you can stay in this. Right. What I would like to say, so it depends. If the interest rates were higher, so you can offer the more expensive car. If the interest rates were lower, so you are trying to enter more or less in the same or find more, I don't know.
Okay. I think I understand what you're saying, but I think, it's kind of backwards, but I think I understand what you're saying. But I'm gonna elaborate on this just a little bit. Edward, what is the significance of me asking that question?
It will tell you, give you an idea how high the customer will the interest rate. Last time you had like, let's say, you'll have an idea of how high, if you want like same interest rate or something.
Okay. Right, to give me an idea of, again, what he is accustomed to paying as far as interest rates are concerned. All right. Well, why do you think I would ask that question?
I do agree with the guys, and also is like you will be prepared when the actual talk about financing will be. I mean, you know how to start. I mean, if it's like lower than you have at the moment, you know how to approach the client or not to scare him with the high rates. Or if it was bigger, then you can look, you have this lower rates. It's great for you.
Okay.
Go ahead and buy.
So to help you be able to condition the customer to move forward with the deal. Higher interest rates, I can meet them or beat them, so therefore it'll motivate them to move forward with you. Okay. Makes sense what you're saying.
A couple of things that I think about him. Number one, you've got an idea of what he's going to expect.
Okay.
And number two, you get an idea of what his credit is.
Which is exactly what I was looking for. Asking a customer, what is it, what were the interest rates on the last car you financed? Guys, he's got to give me an idea of what his credit rating was at the time he made his last purchase. The person who comes in and tells me the last car he financed, he paid 18% interest rate on it. More often than not, he had some serious issues as far as his credit was concerned. He was somewhat credit challenged. Now that I know he was somewhat credit challenged, I will follow that question up by asking him this question. And since your last purchase, has anything changed? Since your last purchase, has anything changed? People who are credit challenged or who've had some issues as far as their credit is concerned, more often than not, guys, excuse me, they will let you know that they are credit challenged because they're looking for you to be of some assistance to them. Rarely will a person hide that they have bad credit. But they probably will tell you something along the lines, I'm not sure, you might want to check it out before we move forward. Because they don't want to waste their time, they don't want you to waste your time. However, a person tells me that his interest rates on the last automobile we financed was 1.9% interest rates. And it's pretty good. More than likely, at the time he purchased the last automobile, he had excellent credit. That's the only reason why he got such a low interest rate. I'm going to ask him, again, the same thing. Has anything changed since your last finance, since you financed your last car? Now,
excuse me, man. So I thought that the interest rate shows you how desperately the person wants this car also, because the high rate he was going to pay for it, so it means he can't live without this car. So
if he's willing to pay that high
yes,
interest rate.
That's true.
So I would never pay this is right.
Okay.
So
Absolutely. Again, but you're right. Because the person who, if they're so passionate, they don't care what they pay for it.
exactly.
They don't care what the interest rates are. They just have to have it. Of course, that's letting me know that situation.
Yeah. Real quick. I paid 2.49 for a car several months ago. And I went to buy a different car a few months from now. And they said 5.9. They didn't care. I was unhappy, but I wanted that.
Most of the time, guys, understand this, so that you guys are not going in. Most of the time when you get 1.9, 2.9, 3.9, 4.9, it's not going to come to that. Okay? Those are called subvented rates. That means that they are manufacturer supported rates as far as the car is concerned.
Manufactured what?
Supported rates.
Yeah.
Yes, in other words, the manufacturer is giving the dealership or the loan institution money to lower that rate. Just like buying down points on buying a house.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like. So therefore, those are not really legitimate rates, okay?
Get the 2.49.
Okay. Well, again, there was some special promotion or whatever. Was it your personal bank?
No.
It was their bank.
No.
Whose bank was it?
It was a guy that he used to do business with that just happened to be in there that day and said, hey, I'm just giving you my card because I'm in the area. He says, you got something? He says, yeah, I got this guy that wants the card. He's a good customer.
Why do you think he did that?
Because they had a relationship with
After that, or he was trying to develop a relationship.
Yeah.
Either or. If I can give this guy, you look at your credit. Your credit is great. Look, it's not going to be a risk to me.
Yeah.
For me to get you to send me more business, I'm going to give you some kind of incentive here. That's what it's like. Okay. And like I said, even it was supported by someone.
Yeah.
It was supported by somebody else. Okay.
They can get a better deal for you if they think it's necessary.
Absolutely right. Okay. Understand again. Nobody gives away money free. Okay. Nobody does that. When dealerships let them offer you 0% financing, guys, this is money coming from the manufacturer. It's not coming from the dealer. And that is because they're trying to encourage you to make a buying decision. So I do this to determine what the interest rates of the customer was at the last time a customer purchased an automobile. However, I will always follow that question up by asking, has anything changed? Right? Has anything changed? The reason why I want to know what the credit rating is, because I don't want to be that salesperson who have the customer come in and sit down and say, before we go any further, why don't you fill out this credit application for me? If someone ever did that to me, I'm walking out of that dealership. You're trying to sell me on credit, and you haven't even tried to sell me on a car yet. Okay? I'm not going to give you that kind of control over my life. It's just not going to happen. You ask me what were your interest rates on the last car you financed? Well, then, if I tell you, well, then, that's fine. I don't care. But why don't you fill out this before you can show me a car? It's not happening. That's what me. But people do it every day, all day. Next question. The monthly payments, what were the monthly payments on the last car you financed? What were the monthly payments on the last car you financed? What were the monthly payments on the last car you financed? What were the monthly payments on the last car you financed? All right. Can I ask that particular question again? What were the monthly payments on the last car you leased or financed? I'm trying to get an idea of what your customer is paying at this particular point. What is your comfort zone? What is your comfort rate? Now, once you ask that particular question, follow that question up by asking this question. How did you get your monthly payment so low? No matter what they tell you as far as the monthly payment is concerned, follow that up by asking, how did you get your monthly payment so low? How did you get your monthly payment so low?
This is a separate-
This is just an addendum to that question. What'd you say? Well,
Even if they're over like $600.
it's not for you to make that decision. Absolutely. Let's see, if $600 may sound high to you, it may be a drop in the bucket for them.
Yeah,
Okay.
very true.
But by me asking, how did you get your payment so low? Whatever their opinion about that monthly payment is, they're going to let you know. How did you get that monthly payment so low? Well, my grandmother left me a lot of money. She always wanted me to have a nice automobile. The fact that, one of the stipulations in her will was, she'll leave me this money, but I have to go out and spend at least half of it on my car. Okay? That's how I got my monthly payment so low. I got my monthly payment so low because the last car I had, I traded it in. I didn't owe anything on it. I used that equity, paid out to buy down bottom line as far as my car is concerned. No matter what they tell you, if they're telling you that the last car that they financed, they paid $799 on it. It was a 1979 Chevy Vega, and the car had 600,000 miles on it, and they still have three more years to pay on it. Ask them how did you get it so low? Absolutely right. Think about this. They bought it, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they
So you're
felt
complimenting.
that, absolutely, and they also felt that it was justified. It was
It's like a
justified.
psychiatry, psychology course.
Oh, really? That's everything you do.
Or do we have to pay you for this information?
Bill Stacy did. Bill Stacy did. Absolutely. Okay. Everything we do is for a reason. Everything that I say is to take me to my end game. Everything that we do leads me to my end game. Okay. No, you majored in psychology, didn't you? No? You majored in psychology. What am I student? Oh, that's sorry. Well, I'm talking about a week ago. No, sorry, a week ago. Okay. You majored in business.
Economics. International economics.
Yeah, international economics, okay. All right, so how did you get your monthly payment so low? Well, my grandmother, she gave me money for a down payment. I've been saving all my life to get this down payment. I traded my car in. Or I'm an extremely shrewd negotiator, and it's got to be low again if you expect me to buy a car. Okay? So no matter what it is, you have a wonderful smile. Keep smiling, man. You really have a nice smile. Okay? Smile. It works. Okay? It's
Can't wait to
engaging.
start working it.
He will.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay? So, how did you get your monthly payment so low? Whatever they tell you, they're telling you, well, again, what you'll remind them to do is they're going to have to do the exact same thing to get that payment low again. Also, what you're telling them is you're complimenting them. Wow, you really did an extremely good job on your last payment. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that well. So you're also kind of, preparing them to be mentally prepared to spend a little bit more. Okay. Next question. Did you pay cash, finance, or lease your last vehicle? Did you pay cash, finance, or lease your last vehicle? Most people finance automobiles, which is going to be about 93% of everybody that you talk to. They will, they will finance their cars. They will either lease or finance their cars. Let me rephrase that. They will either lease or finance their cars.
Did you pay cash finance
or
for
lease
these?
your last automobile? The cash finance or lease your, the cash finance or lease your last automobile. Most people will pay cash for cars, which is gonna be just a very, very, very small percentage of everybody that you talk to. Will ever pay cash for a car. Even if they bring you cash, they're not getting it from their own personal account. They're getting it from their bank, their credit union, or some other form of financing, and they're bringing you a check. They're giving you cash, but they're not paying cash for it. Now, it changes a little bit. But a car is typically over $100,000. Then they will either pay cash for it, or they will lease it. They'll either pay cash for it or lease it. But if the car is typically $100,000 or less, more often than not, they will either finance it or lease it. Okay? One of the two. But rarely will a person ever take 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, $80,000 out of their account and bring it to you and say, here, I want that particular car. Reason being is because they are investing into a depreciating item, and their money is better served setting in their bank, and it would be much to their advantage to use someone else's money than their money. Because they will never ever recoup that money again from that particular part. Unless they keep it for the next 30 years and they deem that car was the hottest thing in the millennium for that year, then you just make the money.
I had a couple of 30-year-old cars that were not worth anything.
We're gonna be
I've got a 1992 Dodge Stealth, one of the all-wheel steering ones, and I've got a 1986 Fiero GT.
I remember the Fiero.
We did $3,000.
The hottest thing about the Fiero back then was the speakers in the seat and the headrest. You know,
Yeah.
that was the hottest thing. Everybody was about selling that Fiero. Man, got speakers in the headrest. I would drive me and say, now I'm driving down the street, hit my ears. But it was a cute little car. It was cute.
I didn't buy them to collect them, but I thought they might be, appreciated after a certain point.
Now, if you had
I picked the clunkers. I had a 1968 Dodge Charger.
if you had a 1996 Caprice Classic, police special,
Oh,
now you would have some money on
really?
That's when you have some money.
The cars I had in high school are worth $100,000 now, in the condition they were in when I had them.
Yeah.
But when you're in a high, get rid of it. Get something different.
And can you imagine having a Challenger, or a Cuda, or a GTO,
Charger and a
Charger.
Camaro, 68 Camaro.
Can you imagine having those cars today?
Yeah. I wouldn't be sitting in here looking for a
Snap a
job.
max real quick.
That was such a and the fact is, they really wasn't that great at high horsepower. In comparison, you got cars that do 600 and 700 horsepower today.
Yeah.
They topped in about 300, 225, 290 horsepower.
Yeah.
But back then, they were, they were the muscle cars of that era.
Yeah.
Got 12 miles to the gallon. And that was pretty much it.
The cars are better.
Much better.
Way better in every way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still ironic though how even though any the cars now are not going to appreciate the way that those cars have, even though those are
Well,
in some cars.
some of them may, farther on down the road, when you couldn't afford a car in high school, but you want it when you're stabilized and wealthy enough to get it, then you go out and buy it.
Yeah.
And those particular cars are worth whole value.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, did you pay cash finance or lease your last vehicle? Again, the reason why I asked that question is because people are creatures of habit. I just want to find out the buying habits as what the individual is concerned. One thing I want you guys to do, once you start selling, make sure that you always try to convert a finance customer into a lease customer if they qualify for a lease. If they qualify for a lease. Excuse me, not if they qualify for a lease, but if they are a good lease customer. No difference in my terminology. Not qualify for a lease, but if they're a good lease prospect. What constitutes a good lease prospect is a customer who does not put a lot of miles on his car, who take reasonable care of that particular automobile, and a person who likes to trade cars every 2 to 3 years. That is an ideal lease customer. A person who's not considered as a good lease customer is someone who trades their automobiles, every 5 or 6 years, who don't take care of their cars, and who drive massive amount of miles per year as far as the vehicle is concerned. They will never be a good lease customer, and if you ever can put a person into a car who's not going to take care of the vehicle and who drive excessive miles, it will come back and haunt you. Come back and haunt you. Make sure that this is a good lease qualified customer.
Low miles, take care of car, and what was the third criteria? Low miles,
Yes.
they don't drive much, they take care of their vehicle, and what was the third criteria? They traded it frequently.
They traded in frequently. Absolutely.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Will any finance customer also qualify financially for the lease?
Most people that finance will finance for the lease, will qualify for the lease. Years ago, it was a little bit more difficult to lease an automobile than finance it, but now it's very easy.
Right.
As a matter of fact, try your best to convert as many of your customers into a lease. The reason why I'm telling you to convert most of your customers into a lease, get your residual business. Absolutely right. It's residual business. The customer will come back and see you again. You're building your clientele. You're building your customer base at that particular point. And that's exactly what you want to do. You build your customer base.
From a financial perspective, is leasing or financing gonna help build their credit more, which would, there's no drastic difference.
It's that continuous pay, the frequency of pay. That's not as far as credit is concerned. It can make you. Okay. All right. Next question. Other than yourself, is there anyone else needed to help make a buying decision? Other than yourself, is there anyone else needed to help make a buying decision? Other than yourself, is there anyone else needed to help make a buying decision? Other than yourself, is there anyone else needed to help make a buying decision? This particular point, I want to find out who else is going to be involved with this buying decision process, in this buying decision process. Now, when I ask the question other than yourself, is there anyone else needed to make a buying decision? When I ask that particular question, the customer tells me, yes, my significant other is going to be, is needed before I make this buying decision. Do I see, and that significant other is not with the customer, do I stop my process at that particular moment? Absolutely right. You do not stop your process. However, what you do is find out what the other person's interests are. You include their interests along with the interest of the person who is here, and then ask the customer who is here to make a buying decision based on you satisfying the person who's not here, along with the person who's here. If you sell the person who is here, who do you think is going to sell the person who's not here?
The person that you sold here.
Absolutely right. And that does not necessarily mean that you're going to have to send that customer away. That other person very well may be a telephone call away. Don't ever, under any circumstances, dismiss your customer. What does the average salesperson do? I need my wife to be here. Oh, well, here's my card. Go get your wife. When you guys are ready, come back and see me.
I've taken a picture of the car before and texted it to me.
Absolutely. More, you'd be surprised how many times a customer comes in and tells they have sold me in the past. I'm not gonna make a decision on my wife. That's perfectly fine. And and my follow-up with the customer would be, I would not even think, I would not dream about asking you to make a buying decision alone if your significant other is needed. However, since you are here, why don't we find out what it is that is best for you and your significant other, and we can find the right car and the terms are agreeable with you. Then we'll get your significant other's approval. Oh, we can do that. And then I go about the business of finding out what the other person is interested in, what they're interested in. I combine the two, find a vehicle that's going to best fit both of their needs, and then ask the customer to move forward. 4 times that I can count, the customer pick up their phone, says, sweetheart, I think I found exactly what we're looking for. Okay? I'm going to go on and sign my papers. When you get off your work, why don't you come on over and sign the papers? Or why don't you come on up, grab the kids, you select the color that you want, and we can go on and move on. Guys, it's one of the easiest sales that you ever made. Most salespeople will put it off. Understand this, the reason why that one person is there alone, the other one did not like doing the legwork. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. You accommodate the person who is here, and that person will buy from you or make sure that deal is done.
Well, they're not available. My wife's at work. That's it. Well, when can you get to the dealer? What time do you guys close? Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sell the person who is here. Pay attention to that person, and everything else is going to fall into place. Are you the primary driver, and are there other drivers? Are you the primary driver, and are there other drivers? For the exact same reason, are you the primary driver, and are there other drivers? For the exact same reason. Find out what the other drivers are interested in, incorporate that into your presentation to the person who is here, and they will sell the person who is not here. That does not mean that they have to leave. What that means is they found the vehicle, they'll identify the needs of the other person, and if you sell them, well then they'll buy the car. They will buy the car. Next question. Are you going to use your new car for work, pleasure, or both? Are you going to use your new car for work, pleasure, or both? Are you going to use your new car for work, pleasure, or both? Are you going to use your new car for work, pleasure, or a combination of both? They're going to use the car for work, their work needs, find out how they're going to utilize the automobile regarding work. They're going to use it for pleasure, find out how they're going to utilize the automobile for the pleasurable needs. It's a combination of both. Make sure that the vehicle that you're trying to sell them will accommodate both their work and their pleasurable needs. They can utilize it in any manner. Rest their needs, wants, and desires based on the current circumstances. The customer will move forward with the purchase. Okay? Now, guys, these next 4 questions that I give you, I want you to ask of the customer in the exact order that I give them to you, and ask the next 4 questions of absolutely every customer. Ask these 4 questions of absolutely every customer. Guys, ready? Now, next question. If you were able to find the right car, terms were agreeable, will you take delivery of your new car now? If you were able to find the right car and the terms were agreeable, will you take delivery of your new car now? If you were able to find the right car and the terms were agreeable, will you take delivery of your new car now? If you were able to find the right car and the terms were agreeable, will you take delivery of your new car now? Okay. If you were able to find the right car and the terms were agreeable, will you take delivery of your new car now? If you were able to find the right car and the terms were agreeable, will you take delivery of your new car now? Now, my question to you guys is this regarding that question. Think about this very carefully before you answer it. Is there a legitimate reason? The word here is legitimate. Is there a legitimate reason for anyone to tell you no to that particular question? Okay. Edward, is there a legitimate reason for someone to tell me no to that question? No. Okay. Mike, is there a legitimate reason for a person to tell me no to that question?
I'm thinking yes, but I can't off the top of my head think what it might be.
Okay. Think very deep, think very hard. The reason why you can't come up with any reason, Mike, because there's no reason. Okay? There's no legitimate reason for anyone to tell you no to that particular question. Oksana couldn't even tell me something that I tell you
Yes.
that question. 9-year-old son. And she can tell me that's pretty much it. You know? Okay? There's no legitimate reason. The reason why there's no legitimate reason is because what does the statement say? It has to be the right automobile under the right terms. Okay? Why did the person come in?
Right car.
And what do I have to do to to make sure that I address his needs, wants, and desires?
Find the right car.
Absolutely right.
Present an agreement.
Okay. There's no legitimate
I'd
reason.
like to hear that again, because I didn't quite hear it. It was good, I'm sure. What did you say?
All I said was, find the right car and present reasonable terms.
And as long as I can address make sure that it's the right car and the terms are agreeable with you, well then, isn't that the reason? Isn't that the whole essence of you buying a car? There's no legitimate reason for a person to tell me no to that question. Why not? I know you're trying.
No, I was thinking when I came to the dealership by my car, so I just can drive two cars at the same time, or I need to come with somebody, or I need to ask the dealership to bring the car to my house,
Okay.
or
Okay. It's all the terms.
yes,
I have to get your
you
terms.
can
Okay.
negotiate, right?
Absolutely. So there's no real reason why you tell me no to that question. That's the reason why I asked the question. Okay? All right, so there's no legitimate reason for a person to tell me no to that particular question. Next question. Do you prefer light colors or dark colors? 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 Well, why did I ask that question? Do you prefer light colors or dark colors?
Because you would like to make person to imagine in this car, so just to make this person in possession of the car, it's like just already something done.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
I would say, since color is so important, like that's going to change the entire way you're going to present to them on the features and benefits, because a lot of people get stuck on color, and if they hate light colors, they don't want to see any white vehicles. We have plenty of white vehicles, especially if they haven't narrowed it down to a specific vehicle. Then you need to be able to identify which generalization though.
Okay. All right. Very good point. Okay. Why did I not ask the customer this? Mike, what color is it that you want?
Why did you not ask that?
Why did I not ask that question?
So you want
Does it
purple.
limit your options? If you ask that, it limits your options.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. This is not rocket science, right? It's common sense. Okay. It's not rocket science. And then you're exactly right. Because by me asking, if I ask the customer if he's looking for, you should tell me a specific. If I don't have that specific, I'm cutting off my nose to spite my face. Okay, I'm eliminating my options. If I ask the customer, do you like light colors or dark colors, based on the information that he shared with me up until this particular point, more often than not, I will have a car in the light model or the dark model that meets his needs, wants, and desires. However, let's take it one step further. I was to ask Edward, do you like light colors or dark colors? And Edward was to tell me, Glenn, I am very, very partial to chartreuse automobiles with pink interior. What is the likelihood of me having a chartreuse automobile with pink interior?
But we're supposed to compliment.
Okay,
That's awesome.
and you're right, we do. But what is the likelihood of me having that particular color, that color combination? Pretty much none exists, am I correct? However, I will compliment this color. Edward, I understand that you like chartreuse with pink. However, that's a very, very nice color combination. As a matter of fact, I knew somebody back in the 1970s with a big hat on that used to drive one just like that.
Oh, ouch.
I won't share it with you, man. Just kidding with you.
Cadillac, right?
And he had a gangster lane also. Okay, compliment that color. But then, but then ask, what is your second color choice? And once you give your second color choice, ask for a third. What you're constantly doing is looking for options. What you're constantly doing, looking for options. Okay? Also, when I asked about color, what do you think is going through the customer's mind at that particular point?
We're starting that
Visualize.
Visualization.
Visualize yourself in the car. You can see yourself in the car.
Yeah,
They can see themselves in the car.
yeah, visualization.
That's it.
Visualization. All right. So they're visualizing themselves in the car, and that's already creating brain triggers and selling points of already getting them sold on the table.
Mentally owning the car. That's exactly what you want to do. Or they are visualizing themselves in the automobile guy. Now they're imagining themselves driving down Lake Cook Drive, the color of their choice, the car of their choice, and taking mental ownership of the vehicle. And that's exactly what you want to do. Next question. If you were to buy a car today, why would you buy it? If you were to buy a car today, why would you buy it? If you were to buy a car today, why would you buy it? If you were to buy a car today, why would you buy it? Okay, Val, why would I ask that question? If you were to buy a car today, why would you buy it?
That's a question that will help us out to figure what the actual client needs. I mean, it's like the final question, not the final question, but the question that will lead us to make the sale.
Okay, you're absolutely right. That's very, very close to the final question. Absolutely. Then if by you telling me the reason why you're going to make a buying decision, what does that do for me as a salesperson?
It gives you direction.
Give me direction and all the ammunition I need. You tell me exactly what it is that's motivating you to make this buying move. And once I have that, if I can accommodate that move, guys, I have a sale. This is a done deal. Okay? If you were to buy a car today, why would you buy it? No matter what the reason is. If they tell you and give you a reason, if they answer that question for you, and you can address that question, well then, there's nothing left to do. However, last but not least, ultimately, next question, ultimately, what is the determining factor for you to own a new car now? Ultimately, what is the determining factor for you to own a new car now? Ultimately, what is the determining factor for you to own a new car now? Ultimately, what is the determining factor for you to own a new car now? Ultimately, what is the determining factor for you to own a new car now? What is the operative word in that statement? In that question?
Determining.
Okay. That's not the one I'm looking for. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay. All right. Ultimate. Ultimate. All right. What is the definition for ultimate?
The biggest, the best.
Big, the biggest, the best. The end. You can't go beyond this particular point. You can't get any grander than this, guys. This is the crescent. This is the, this is the biggest. You can't go beyond this particular point. Okay. This is the crescendo of all of it. Okay. If you give me the ultimate reason for you to move forward, what have you given me?
The answer to the question.
Give me direction.
What you have to do.
Absolutely. And as long as I can address it, I can answer it, I can handle it, guys, I have eliminated absolutely every bit of wiggle room that you could possibly have. Because I've addressed absolutely every need, want, and desire based on your circumstances.
telling us, if you do this.
Absolutely right, absolutely right. Okay, guys, I'll be asking these questions, getting the answers that I've gotten. What have I done thus far? By going through this series, what have I done? Yes, sir.
You completed the mental ownership
Okay,
process.
I've completed the mental ownership process. You're absolutely right. In essence, what have I done?
Ready to buy.
Okay, and if they're ready to buy, what have I done?
Addressing their needs.
I'll address their needs. By addressing their needs, they want to buy. What have I done?
You made a sale.
That's what I'm looking for. I've sold a car, guys. I have sold a car. That's the word that I was looking for. I've sold a car. And you know what else? What else has happened?
Develop the customer.
Developed a customer, sold a car. Guess what the customer has not done? I've sold a car to a customer and he's not even seen the car yet.
Oh, now you just have to look at it.
Selling before they make.
The car is sold before he's even seen it. The car is sold before the customer's even seen it. Because sales is a skill. It's a skill. It's not about, the guy that's the best carnival barker or how fast you can talk, how slick you are, and how smooth you are with your words. It's it's asking the right questions skillfully and listening carefully to the customer, and the customer will tell you exactly how to sell them. Okay, guys, we got to continue on, but I want you guys to take a 10-minute break. If you have food or whatever, need to use the bathroom, go get it, bring it up here. We have a lot to do in a very short period of time, so take 10 minutes and then come right back in, please. Okay? Shake off the cobweb. Let's rock and roll. 10 minutes.
Okay, there's a customer notification, right? That was discussing. It was about the value of the notification. I didn't know, it was no car yet. Yeah.
So I didn't want anybody or mess your flow up, but I need to, I didn't want you to think if I blow up. That would be rude.
I understand that I'm more concerned about you and the health more than anything.
Okay, well, I'll do that in, I'm sure.
Okay.
So how are you doing, Oksana?
Good, thank you.
Oh, were you still looking at this?
No, if you like me to make it maybe more readable, your presentation, you can send me it. I update it to you and send you back if you like.
Okay, more legible, you said?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Readable, I mean.
Okay. Because of the way it's being projected is what you're saying?
No, because there was a picture and you said you can read it because it was text which was written over the picture and the picture was too dark.
Oh.
And the text was too dark and dark on dark you can't read.
I know what you're saying because the picture behind the text, it kind of blinds it out. I can change it off. I would appreciate any help that you would be able to give me. It's on a different screen. It shows differently, but I would be more than happy for you to do whatever. Absolutely.
Okay, you can send them to
Absolutely.
me. You have my email address, so.
Okay, absolutely. I can do that. I can definitely do that.